They told you that attracting money is hard, that you must struggle, work endless hours, sacrifice joy, and wait for years. But what if I told you that wealth is not created by effort alone? What if I told you there is a hidden code, a simple vibration, that when spoken before sleep, transforms the very soil of your subconscious into a garden of money, abundance, and ease? My friend, tonight you are going to hear that code, not as a theory, not as a story, but as a living seed planted within you. And as you drift into sleep, the code will take root and the harvest will be wealth. Stay with me, because before the end of this night, you will not only know the hidden code, you will feel it. You will breathe it. You will carry it into your dreams until your outer world cannot resist but bring you money. Before we dive in, I'd love for you to set your intention right here. With us, drop a comment below saying, "I attract wealth." Because the moment you write it, you're already stepping into it. It's a simple act, but it anchors the teaching in your own life. Let us begin with the truth. The truth most people never hear. Money is not outside you. Money is not paper, numbers, or coins. Money is a state of consciousness. And what you dare to assume about yourself, the world must mirror as wealth, as opportunity, as success. The code that unlocks this, the two most powerful words in the universe, I am. Say them silently with me now. I am. Do you feel the weight of them? The stillness? The echo within your chest? Whatever you join to those words becomes your reality. I am poor binds you to poverty. I am wealthy plants wealth in the soil of your being. But tonight, you are not going to just repeat words. You are going to let them sink into you, through story, through imagination, through testimony, so that by the time sleep carries you away, the seed will already be alive in you. I will share with you stories of men and women who heard this hidden code and woke to find money, opportunities, and abundance, where once there was only lack. And after, I will guide you into your own visualization, your own sacred journey into the feeling of wealth. You've been working so hard to make money show up. You've tried strategies, side hustles, manifesting methods, and 1,000 little hacks. And yet something in you still whispers, there has to be an easier way. You're right. Tonight you'll hear a hidden code, simple, ancient, and alive in your own breath, that plants wealth in the only place where reality is born, your subconscious. You won't need to strain. You won't need to figure out the how. Your one task is to listen, to feel, and to fall asleep with the feeling that it's already done. The code? 2 words. I am. Spoken the way you'll speak them tonight, inside the quiet doorway between waking and sleep. These words stop being sounds and become a seed. And seeds do what seeds do, they grow. This is not a pep talk, it's a practice. By the end of this audio, you'll have lived through guided scenes of receiving money, clearing debt, and stepping into calm, generous prosperity. You'll also hear real stories, ordinary people who used this code and watched life rearrange itself for them. Let the stories soften your resistance. Let them loosen the grip of how and when. Let them make wealth feel normal. Get comfortable. Turn your phone to silent. Loosen your jaw. Unclench your hands. We begin now. Everything you call money is an effect. Bank balances, invoices, payouts, tips, surprise refunds. Each is a shadow cast by an inner state. The cause is always your concept of self. What you quietly, repeatedly claim with I am. Say it within, I am. Feel how it doesn't point to your body, your job, or your past. It points to awareness itself. That awareness, your I am, is what Neville Goddard called the name of God in you. Whatever follows it is taken as law by your subconscious, and the 3D world must echo it. Most of us accidentally declare poverty all day. I'm behind, I'm stressed, I'm always unlucky. We speak those words and then we feel them. Feeling is the stamp. Feeling is the signature that authorizes the order. Tonight, we reverse it. We attach I am to wealth, ease, generosity, and being the person for whom money flows naturally. We won't fight the outer world. We won't check the soil for sprouts. We'll plant, water with feeling, and sleep. Lay down or sit where your spine can rest. If it feels good, place one hand low on your belly, the other over your heart. On a slow inhale, silently think, I. On a long, soft exhale, silently think, am. Do that again. Inhale, I. Exhale, I. You're not trying to believe harder. You're letting your nervous system know it's safe. Money flows to relaxed people. Relaxed people. Relaxation is proof that you already have. When thoughts come, let them. Picture them dissolving like chalk in rain. This is your sanctuary. You're entering the state akin to sleep. The watchman of logic is growing drowsy. You are the gardener now. Maya was done. 2 months behind on rent. 2 kids, and a car, making a sound like a hiss and a growl, got married. She listened to these teachings, but felt like she wasn't doing it right. One night she gave up trying to visualize the perfect scene and simply whispered as she fell asleep, I am provided for. I am the woman people love to bless. Thank you. She didn't force pictures. She let the feeling of relief wash over her. The same relief she would feel if the rent were paid. The next afternoon, there was an envelope in her mailbox. Not a miracle from the sky. An old employer correcting a bookkeeping error, plus a handwritten note. We're grateful for your years here. The amount covered rent and the car issue. Maya said the strangest part was not the money. It was how normal it felt. It was like, I finally stopped arguing with good, she said. I slept as the woman who is always provided for. And then the world agreed. Raphael was a freelance designer. He was great at the craft, terrible at invoicing. Money trickled, anxiety gushed. Rather than affirm thousands of dollars with clenched teeth, he assumed a new identity. I am a clear, well-paid professional. At night he imagined a single scene, a PayPal payment received, chime, and the ease in his shoulders. He felt that ease first, then slept. Within 2 weeks, he had done nothing special except one small urge. He updated his invoice template and set automatic reminders. 3 overdue clients paid within 48 hours. Not to be that guy. One email said, but your new system really works. The bridge of incidents felt ordinary. That's how the law moves. Quietly, naturally, inevitably. Ava wanted a promotion. She was acting like a beggar in her own mind, hoping to be chosen, scanning faces for approval. When she heard Neville's line, assumption though false when first made, if persisted in will harden into fact, she decided to be the woman who already had the role. At night she entered the scene after the fact, a co-worker squeezing her hand and whispering, you did it, manager. She didn't picture the meeting, the HR email, the politics. Just that feeling, that sentence, that squeeze. 3 weeks later, her boss resigned unexpectedly. A temporary assignment became permanent. Pay rose. The role matched the feeling, not her spreadsheet. Jonas had a gym membership he thought was non-refundable. He didn't fight customer service. He didn't quote policies. He simply stopped rehearsing being the guy who gets stuck with fees, and slept as the man who always lands on his feet with money. He felt the click of a card crediting back. 2 days later, the gym launched a member relief initiative and retroactively credited a month. Policy changed to fit state, never the other way around. No straining, no bargaining, no how. Each person chose a short, vivid after scene, bathed it in feeling, and surrendered to sleep. The bridge built itself. You're next. The hidden code practice. First step, prepare the sanctuary. Notice your breath again. Inhale I, exhale am. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth. Let your eyes soften behind closed lids. Drop your shoulders 2 inches. We make it simple because the subconscious loves simple. The seed doesn't need a TED talk. It needs dark soil and a faithful gardener. Second step, speak the code. In the quiet of your mind, say slowly, I am provided for. I am the one money loves to find. I am easy to pay. I am a blessing to pay. Feel which sentence lands. You don't need all of them. One felt declaration is better than 50 hollow ones. When you find the one that clicks, keep it. That's your code tonight. Third step. Enter one short scene. They're going to step inside a single scene that implies you already have abundance. Choose one, a bank app display that shows your desired balance, and the quiet yes in your chest. A friend saying, "How did money become so easy for you?" And your small laugh, your own voice whispering, "Paid in full," as you slide a bill into the done stack. The playful relief of sending a gift without checking your account. Pick one. Keep it short. First person, here and now. No movie montage. No 10-minute sequence. One moment loaded with meaning. Step 4. Saturate it with feeling. Let the scene swell with senses. What does the phone feel like in your hand? What's the temperature of the room? What do you smell? A hint of coffee. Fresh paper. What micro expression is on your face? What loosens in your body when money is handled? Now clothe it in emotion. Not fireworks, not strain, just the natural tone, of course. It's the quiet confidence of someone who expects to be paid, expects to prosper, expects life to treat them well. Step 5. Seal it with gratitude. That can't be faked. Don't force gratitude. Let it arise from the scene itself. If the scene is real, gratitude floats up like a warm breath. Whisper inside, "Thank you," because it already happened, because in this moment in imagination, it's done. Step 6. Release into sleep. Let the scene loop gently like a screensaver. 2 or 3 times is enough. Then allow it to fade. Keep the feeling as your pillow. If you drift off inside the scene, perfect. If you don't, also perfect. You have planted well. And now, my friend, while you keep drifting deeper into sleep, we're going to begin with the long guided visualizations for sleep. First visualization, the Balance app. Your phone is already in your hand. It's not heavy. It's familiar. The glass is cool against your thumb. You open your banking app, and there's a small pause. The kind where, in the past, you'd brace yourself. Tonight there's no bracing. There's a soft curiosity. The way you'd open a letter from a friend you love. The numbers appear. Your exact desired balance. Notice how your chest reacts. It doesn't explode. It unlocks. Your shoulders melt into the pillow another inch. Behind your ribs there's room. Breathe there. Your eyes skim the transactions. Deposits arriving earlier than expected. A refund labeled adjustment. A transfer you'd forgotten about flowing in your favor. It all looks oddly normal. As if your life has always looked this way and you're just catching up to yourself. You take a slow inhale. On the exhale you silently speak. "I am provided for." Again, inhale. Exhale, "I am the one money loves to find." Let the words ride your breath until the breath itself feels rich. Your thumb taps hide balance. Not because you're afraid, because you no longer worship numbers. Money is your servant now, not your master. You smile, barely. It's the half smile of someone at home, in abundance. Stay here, floating on ordinary wealth. Let the scene loop once more. Open app. See the number, feel the unlock. Whisper thank you. Drift. Second visualization. You're at a small table with warm light. To your right is a neat stack marked to pay. To your left is a wooden tray marked paid. The paper under your hand is smooth. There's a favorite pen. The air smells faintly like vanilla and something clean. You pick up the first bill. It used to make your stomach tighten. Tonight, it feels like a formality, like signing for a package you've already received. You click the pen, write the date, scroll your signature. As the ink dries, you stamp P.ed in full. The stamp has a satisfying weight. You press it gently. A crisp sound. The red letters bloom. You slide the paper into the paid tray and exhale. The exhale is the point. The body learns, this is how money feels now, resolved, easy, complete. Another bill. Same ritual. Click, sign, stamp, slide, exhale. You're not fighting debt. You are blessing it, thanking it for the services it represented, and closing the loop. Every exhale says, I am a finisher. I am a good steward. Money loves my clarity. You notice the to-pay stack has thinned. You didn't count. You didn't hustle. You simply moved in the state of sufficiency. Keep going until there's only one paper left. Stamp it with a little laugh. Place it in the tray, put the stamp down like a crown returning to its pillow. Rest your palm on the finished stack. Feel the quiet hum of completion. Travel up your arm, to your shoulder, to your face. Your jaw loosens. The room itself seems to relax around you. Whisper, thank you. Let sleep tug at your ankles. Third visualization, being the generous one. You're on your way out of a cafe. Sunlight in the doorway. Someone behind you is counting change. Apologizing, cheeks flushed. You have that feeling of overflow. Not showy, not performative, just extra. You turn back with an easy smile. I've got it. You tap your card without checking. It beeps. The barista's shoulders drop. The person breathes. Thank you. You shrug like it's nothing, because in your world it is. Generosity is your resting state. As you step outside, the air tastes new. The light seems warmer. You realize money taught you this. The joy of smoothing someone else's day with zero drama. You don't need to calculate whether you can afford it. You are the kind of person who can. Inside your chest, a golden, fizzy softness spreads. That's abundance. That's the body learning that giving is proof of having. Whisper, I am generous because I am supplied. Let the sentence sink into your diaphragm like a warm stone into water. Ripples. Calm. Loop it again. The doorway. The beep. Thank you. The soft shrug. The golden fizz. Float. Next visualization. The restaurant that chose her, Layla wanted a birthday dinner. She thought she couldn't afford. Instead of cutting coupons, she tried a different wealth. I am always treated. She practiced a single inner sentence before sleep. We've already taken care of it. She didn't know who we was. She just let the sentence carry the feeling of being favored. On her birthday, a friend she hadn't seen in years texted, "Are you free tonight? I'm consulting for a new restaurant. We need honest feedback." Dinner for 4, on the house, plus a gift card, plus a driver home in the rain. Layla cried later, not from the food, but from the revelation, I am allowed to be chosen. The sentence became her new normal. The gift card led to a first date that became a partner who respects her generosity, because she learned to respect it first. Next visualization. The impossible scholarship. Carter's son had college offers with no money. Carter could have raged at the system. He chose an inner verdict. I am a father whose son is funded. He imagined his boy's voice, light with disbelief. Dad, we got it. That's it. No spreadsheets in his head. Just that voice and the swell in his own chest. A week later, a counselor mentioned a scholarship they'd never heard of. Deadline extended for some reason. They applied, assuming favor. Funds covered tuition and housing. On move-in day, Carter heard the exact tone he'd imagined in his son's voice and laughed. Reality had traced the feeling. Next visualization. The business that untangled itself. Priya's small shop was a knot of orders, returns, and math headaches. She decided to stop being the overwhelmed owner and started sleeping as the calm CEO of a simple, profitable business. Her after scene. Her accountant chuckling. These numbers look clean. Great job. Within a month, a friend recommended a fulfillment service that cost less than her current storage and eliminated returns. Her margins rose. She stopped refreshing dashboards at 2 a.m. The best part? Her body learned that money can feel like space. Before moving on to the next visualizations, hold on to this law. It's important. The simple law you can't break. If something you want still feels far away, it is not punishment. It's a sign your nervous system is rehearsing not having more than having. No shame. Just data. Tonight you are changing rehearsals. Remember, assumption first, evidence second, not the other way around. You don't stand at a mirror and wait for it to smile before you do. You smile, and the reflection follows. The world is a mirror. Your assumption is the face. So when doubt bubbles up, because it will let it pass like a cloud, you don't have to wrestle a cloud. Return to your sentence. Return to your one scene. Return to the breath. Inhale, I. Exhale, am. You are in a room you love. It might be your actual room, tidier and softer, or a room your future self built with ease. The light is evening gold. The air is clean. There is a chair that receives you like an old friend. Across from you is a low table with three objects: a closed notebook with a soft cover, a stack of envelopes, thick, good paper, a small wooden box with a simple brass latch. You open the notebook. On the first page, in handwriting you love, you see an identity sentence written 3 times. I am the one money loves to find. I am the one money loves to find. I am the one money loves to find. You read it once and feel it ripple through your body. You close the notebook and place your palm on it. The paper is warm. You take the top envelope. Your name is written on it in generous ink. Inside is a short note. We're delighted to release these funds to you. Thank you for the value you bring. Behind the note is a check, a number that makes you smile, not gasp. Wealth feels more like peace than fireworks. Peace is exactly what you've craved. You don't rush. You open 2 more envelopes. Each has its own reason: reconciliation, bonus, adjustment, gift. You place them in the wooden box, not to hide them, but to treat them as sacred and ordinary at once. You close the latch. There's a soft click that sounds like done. Your breathing is slow. Your jaw feels loose. The skin around your eyes is soft. Inside your chest, that golden fizz returns, quieter now, like warm tea. You whisper, without effort, thank you. I am provided for. I am at ease with money. I am always chosen for increase. Let the room fade, not because it's over, but because it's become you. The scene is not something you visit. It's a memory from the future that you now own. As you turn towards sleep, keep one thread connected, the tone of someone who has no reaching, no testing, no trying to keep the vision, just the cozy gravity of done. If you wake in the night, repeat the breath. Inhale, I. Exhale, am. And add a soft sentence in the exhale slipstream: provided for, paid, favored, flush, free. 1 word is enough. Let it be your lullaby. If a fear thought nudges in, what if it doesn't happen? Smile like someone who already knows the ending. Chess, you say inwardly, not as a fight, but as a parent, tucking in a child. We're safe. It's done. Then roll back into the warm current. Say, next visualization. The letter in the mailbox. It's late afternoon, the air is soft, and you are walking toward your mailbox. The path is familiar. The sun is low, painting everything gold. Each step feels lighter than the last, as if the ground itself is carrying you. You reach the box, open the little door, and inside is one envelope that looks different. It feels thicker, the paper heavier. On the front, your name is written with clarity. You hold it in your hand. It's solid, real, and it's yours. You walk back slowly, savoring the weight of the envelope. Back inside, you sit at the table. The light hits the paper just right. Your fingers slide under the flap, and it opens easily, as though it was waiting for you. Inside is a check. The number is clear, bold, and bigger than you expected. Enough to cover what you need and more. Your stomach doesn't clench. It loosens. Your chest opens. Your shoulders sink. A warmth spreads through your whole body, as if your cells themselves are whispering, safe, safe, safe. You place the check on the table and simply breathe. The paper is smooth under your palm. You whisper, almost without realizing, thank you. I am provided for. I am always chosen for increase. Imagine picking up a pen and signing the back, not as someone desperate, but as someone familiar with abundance. Signing your name feels like sealing the truth. I am abundant. You place the check in a small wooden box, close it gently, and let the click of the lid echo in your ears. That sound means done. Breathe. Smile. Sleep, as the person whose mailbox always carries good news. Next visualization. The bank manager's smile. You're in a quiet office. The carpet muffles every sound. Across the desk sits your bank manager. They are smiling at you, not with politeness, but with warmth. On the desk is a document with your name at the top. Congratulations, they say softly, sliding the paper toward you. Your balance is now. Your eyes land on the number. It's the number you've dreamed of, but seeing it here, official, typed, confirmed, feels almost surreal. And yet your body responds with calm. Your hands don't shake, they rest. Your heart doesn't race, it steadies. You exhale like you've been holding your breath for years. The manager nods. You've earned this. You're in a position of strength now. You're safe. You sign the bottom of the paper. The pen glides easily, as though your name belongs here, as though the world has finally caught up to who you already decided you are. They shake your hand across the desk. Their grip is firm, respectful. You feel the texture of their palm, the warmth of human contact. You stand, and as you leave the office, you notice every detail: the polished wood, the scent of coffee, the hum of a printer in the distance. Ordinary things, but now they're wrapped in abundance. Outside, the sunlight greets you. You walk to your car with no rush. There is no urgency, no scramble, no survival. Only the knowing: I am provided for. I am wealthy. Money belongs to me, as naturally as breath. Let that feeling seep into your bones. Sleep as the person the bank manager congratulated. Next visualization: the dinner celebration. You're sitting at a round table in a warm restaurant. The lighting is golden, the air full of quiet laughter and the soft clink of glasses. Around you are friends or family, people you love, people who love you. There is food in front of you, rich and beautiful, and you are relaxed, leaning back in your chair. The waiter places the bill discreetly on the table. You pick it up without hesitation. The total doesn't scare you, it excites you. You smile, pull out your card and hand it over with ease. No checking balances, no second guessing, just the simple action of someone who is abundant. The waiter returns with the slip saying, "Thank you so much, it's all taken care of." The words hit you in the best way, not as surprise, but as confirmation. Of course it's taken care of. That's who you are now. Your friends notice. One of them leans in and says with admiration, "How did money become so easy for you?" You chuckle softly, take a sip of your drink, and answer with calm, "It just flows now. I decided I am provided for." The table erupts in gentle laughter, not disbelief, but recognition. They feel it too, the aura of someone who no longer worries about money. You lean back, soaking in the warmth, the company, the joy. You realize that money has become a servant, not a master. It has brought you this peace, this generosity, this memory. As you leave the restaurant, the cool night air brushes your skin. You walk calmly, knowing you are free. Whisper inwardly, "I am generous, because I am supplied. I am rich in love, rich in money, rich in life." Fall asleep with that dinner still echoing, the laughter, the taste, the gratitude. Next visualization: paid in full ledger. Close your eyes, let your shoulders loosen. One long inhale through the nose and a softer exhale through the mouth. Again. Feel your chest open like a quiet door. You are sitting at a clear wooden table with a single black notebook in front of you. It's heavier than it looks, reassuringly solid, like truth. On the cover, embossed in gold, two words: paid in full. Open to the first page. You recognize every line: a bill here, a loan there, the little things that once pulled on you. But on this page, something different. Each line has a stamp across it, warm red ink, slightly raised, textured under your fingertip. Paid in full. Turn the page. Paid in full. The soft thud of the stamp echoes faintly in your ears, even though these are already complete. You flip faster, page after page, and that same message repeats like a kind drumbeat. With every page, your stomach relaxes, your jaw unclenches, your breath deepens. The body learns a new story. Safe now, safe now, safe now. On the last page, there is your name, handwritten, and below it a single sentence: "I am free to create." You trace your name with your finger and whisper, I am free, I am supplied, I am trusted with more. Now a phone on the table lights up. A notification, payment received, balance 0.00. Then another, account closed, satisfied in full. The vibration is gentle, friendly. You don't chase it, you let it arrive. You smile at the screen the way you smile at an old friend. You don't even need to reply. It's done. Close the notebook. Hear the soft click of the elastic band as you secure it shut. That sound is final, complete. You place the notebook on a shelf labeled Completed Miracles. Your hand rests there for a moment, warm wood under your palm, and you say in a calm voice only your heart can hear, I am debt-free, I am light, I am available for overflow. Breathe that 3 times, slow and low. Let the nervous system memorize it. Pause for 20-30 seconds of quiet breath. When you stand from the table, you are taller by an inch. Not because your bones changed, but because your story did. Your walk has space in it. Your day has room. And the room invites money, ideas, and ease to move toward you without effort. Tonight you sleep in the vibration of already paid. Your pillow knows it. Your breath knows it. Your life answers it. Next visualization. Your account has been credited. You're at home in soft light. The room is quiet enough to hear the rhythm of your own breathing. Your phone rests face down on the couch. You're not watching it. You're not waiting. You're simply here. It buzzes once, gentle, almost shy. You lift it, and the lock screen blooms. Alert, incoming credit. Your name sits just above a number. The commas matter. The number is exact. More than enough. Enough to clear, to breathe, to build. You unlock the phone. The banking app opens with its familiar color and chime. The balance at the top updates in a smooth animation. Digits rolling upward like a slot that only lands on yes. You feel a wave move through you from chest to belly, warm, steady, sane. This is not adrenaline. This is assurance. Tap into the transaction detail. The memo line reads, thank you. No drama, no chase, just gratitude. You smile because this is the kind of money that arrives when you've already become the person who receives it. Not a rescue, a recognition. You place the phone face up on the table and rest your hand on your heart. The table is cool. Your chest is warm. Let them meet. Inhale, and as you exhale, whisper, I am credited. I am chosen for increase. I am a calm custodian of abundance. The app screen dims and locks by itself. You don't rush to screenshot or prove it to anyone. The one person who needed to see it, your subconscious, has seen it. You feel how natural it is, like water finding its level. You just became that level. Pause 10 breaths. Carry that naturalness to bed. The moment your head touches the pillow, the number from the screen floats behind your eyelids, not as neon, but as soft gold, glowing and ordinary, because wealth is ordinary for you now. Next visualization. The business that runs itself. Sit back and feel the weight of a good chair support you. There's a laptop on your lap, warm from effortless work. A dashboard fills the screen, clean lines, dark mode, a tidy graph climbing for the joy of climbing. To the right, a steady cascade of green dots. Paid, paid, paid. Notifications are quiet, more like a heartbeat than fireworks. Each one brings a small body sensation, a foom of the chest, a pleasant heaviness in the limbs. Business is not a sprint anymore, it's a tide. You open the orders page. Names and countries. The world has walked into your store. You click one order at random and read the thank you note from a customer who sounds relieved, seen, helped. This money carries meaning. It respects you and everyone it touches. Your team's chat pings, all queued and fulfilled. Sleep easy. You send a single emoji back, a tiny wave, and close the laptop. Work is complete without you hovering. Systems hum. You're supported by the structure you've imagined and built. On the side table sits a small card in a frame. It says, done is the feeling. You touch the frame and let that phrase settle. You don't have to make anything happen tonight. It's already happening. Whisper slowly, I am booked. I am trusted. I am paid to be myself. Now picture the night passing, the world rotating under your products and services, midnight turning into morning as orders thread themselves into your accounts. See a gentle line of receipts sliding into a folder labeled today. You never force the scene. You allow it. Pause. 30 seconds. You switch off the lamp. The darkness isn't empty. It's productive. You sleep to the soft metronome of prosperity. Next, visualization. The signature and the deposit. You're in a glass-walled meeting room flooded with afternoon light. A contract sits on the table. It is shorter than you expected. Clean, fair, human. Across from you, a client you genuinely like. The two of you have already done the most important work. Feel aligned. They slide the contract closer. We're ready when you are. The pen glides. Your signature looks elegant, assured, no tremor. Your name belongs on documents like this. Your phone vibrates. You glance down. Deposit received. The memo reads, welcome aboard. You both smile at the same time, not at the money, but at the clarity. This is mutual choosing. You shake hands. Their palm is warm. The handshake is steady and brief, exactly enough. Walking out, you feel the breeze. Notice the way the door closes with a soft seal. Outside, each sound is slightly brighter. A taxi, a distant laugh, shoes on pavement. The world sounds like it's participating. Hands in pockets, you say inwardly, I am selected. I am compensated. I am in demand, because I am in alignment. You don't replay the meeting. You don't second-guess your price. You simply carry the feeling, of course. That's the real contract, the one between you and your assumption. Next, visualization. The lawyer's letter, a quiet office, a leather chair, sunlight on a framed photograph. A friendly attorney sits across from you. No drama, no sorrow, just a tidy conclusion to a generous life. They open a thick envelope and slide a letter to you. It's all very straightforward, they say kindly. You read the first line. It is my wish that you be free to create, to breathe, and to enjoy. Below it, the figure. Your breath pauses for one beat, and then lengthens. Peace spreads down your arms into your hands. The number isn't just large, it's loving. There's a simple checklist. Funds released, accounts prepared, no obstacles. As the lawyer speaks, you hear another voice beneath theirs. The voice of life saying, I've always had ways to bless you. You couldn't have imagined. You sign acknowledgements. The pen is heavy, satisfying. Paper rustles like a soft ocean. You stand, shake hands, and leave with one folder. On the sidewalk, you stop and close your eyes for a moment. I am the heir of good. I am the continuation of generosity. I am trusted with increase. You walk on, not feeling watched by the world, but supported by it. This gift doesn't change who you are. It meets who you've become. Next, visualization. The dividends calendar. At your kitchen table sits a slim calendar. Not months, payouts. Each week is lightly penciled with the word arrives. You run your finger down the column for this month. A steady staircase of deposits, small and calm, together forming abundance. Open your laptop. A portfolio dashboard greets you with a soft chime. Not flashing arrows, just lines, trending up and to the right over a long horizon. Today, a dividend has landed. The figure looks modest and at the same time powerful. It means your money works while you rest. You whisper to your accounts, thank you for your service. You diversify like someone watering a healthy garden. No rush, no scarcity. You are not chasing a big break. You're living a big base. Close the laptop. Put both hands around a warm mug. Feel the weight, the heat, the smell rising. Breathe that scene into your bones. Then speak. I am paid to own. I am paid to wait. I am a wise and relaxed receiver. You feel older and younger at once. Ancient patience and playful freedom. The calendar on the wall is not a countdown. It's a cadence. It matches your heart. Next visualization. The upgraded boarding pass. You're at the airport, but you're not rushing. Your bag isn't heavy, your body moves like it remembers a secret path. At the check-in kiosk, the screen flashes, upgrade available, and then confirmed. You didn't plead, you didn't hover. The system simply recognized you in the lounge. A quiet sofa, a glass of cold water beaded with condensation. You open your email and see the trip is fully covered. Points, credits, a travel fund you set and forgot. Abundance isn't just more, it's smoother. Boarding is cold. You walk down the jet bridge in a small river of people, but you're in no hurry. The seat welcomes you like it knows your name. A flight attendant smiles, genuine, unforced, and says, "You're all set." As the plane lifts, your body releases a layer of weight that isn't physical. Your mind scans your life and finds only open tabs that are already saving, already synced. You rest your head and hear your breath over the engines. I am upgraded by default. I am carried. I am funded by favor. Clouds come and go. This is the feeling of being already on your way, not trying to go, simply going. Next, visualization. Keys on the table, a bright room, sunlight pooling on smooth floors. On the kitchen island, a small dish with 2 keys and a woven tag with your name on it. Your fingertips touch the metal, cool, honest, exactly right. Walk slowly from room to room. Each space answers something you once held as a quiet wish. A window right where you like to sit, a corner that feels like a yes, a cupboard that closes with a soft hush. You're not comparing or hoping. You're recognizing at the dining table. An envelope from your lender, welcome home. The terms are friendly. The payment light, the timeline kind. You feel your ribs expand. Home doesn't press on you. Home holds you. Open the back door. The air is green and clean. A bird lands briefly, then flies, leaving the air stirred. Stand there and let the yard become your nervous system. Open, soft, safe. Say it how people in real homes say things to yourself, casually. With confidence, I am housed by abundance. I am rooted and resourced. I am at home in wealth. You set the keys back in their dish and smile, because you know you'll pick them up again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. This is not a moment. This is a life. Next visualization. The tax meeting that ends in a smile. A bright office with plants and kind lighting. Your CPA has a highlighter and an easy laugh. Numbers are printed, organized, peaceful on the page. You walk in with neutral breath and leave with an even slower one. We optimized everything, they say, tapping a figure with the tip of the pen. You're in a strong position. Refund on the way. You feel the right kind of surprise. Not shock, relief. The grown-up kind that warms your back and neck. They slide a tidy folder across the desk. You did great this year. You say thank you and mean it, not just to them, but to the version of you who got here. Outside, the day looks ordinary. And better than ordinary, you don't rehearse what you'll do with the refund. You already did months ago, when you assumed it. Now you simply let it land. I am blessed in paper and in practice. I am favored in forms. I am aligned with clean increase. The sidewalk feels like a moving walkway. Abundance loves order, and you love abundance. You go home and pour something cold, and feel taken care of by the life you're co-authoring. Next visualization. The giving loop. Picture a long wooden table. On it, 10 white envelopes already addressed. Each one represents someone or some cause that matters to you. They are not requests, they are opportunities to complete the circle. You sit, take a pen, and begin. For each envelope, you tuck in a gift. Some small, some larger, all given from a steady heart. You don't feel emptied. You feel expressed. As you seal each flap, you hear a soft mantra rise unforced. I am supplied, so I supply. I am a river, not a reservoir. I am rich enough to release. You stand, gather the envelopes, and place them in a canvas bag by the door. The bag has a weight to it that feels like meaning. You'll drop them in the post tomorrow, and the sound they make sliding into the mailbox will be the sound of more on the way. You sit back down and feel something shift inside, a new baseline. Money is not a test anymore. It's a language you're fluent in. Receiving is a sentence. Giving is a paragraph. Your whole life is a story about circulation. Pause 10 breaths. As you prepare for bed, a calm knowing lands. What you release returns pressed down and running over, not because you demand it, but because that's the nature of rivers. Take a deep, slow breath in, and let it drift out of you, like a tide. Again. A little deeper this time. Feel your shoulders sink, your jaw loosen, your eyelids grow heavier. Nothing to do now, nowhere to be, except here. This is your moment to receive. This is where the shift begins. You find yourself walking slowly down a quiet hallway. The air is soft, almost golden, and there's a sense of welcome in every step. You don't rush, you simply let your feet carry you forward, noticing how the floor feels steady beneath you, how the walls seem to hum with calm. At the end of the hall, a door opens without you touching it, as if it has been waiting for you all along. You step inside. The room you enter feels alive. Light spills gently across a large wooden table. On that table, dozens of envelopes rest in neat stacks. Each one carries your name, written in a hand that feels both intimate and powerful, as if the universe itself had stopped to write to you. You pause for a moment, letting your eyes take in the sight, letting your body register that this is for you, not someday, not someone else. You. You reach for the first envelope. The paper is thick, textured, cool under your fingers. As you break the seal, there's a soft sound, almost like a sigh of relief. Inside is a check, the number bold and clear. It is more than enough. Enough to cover what you once worried about. Enough to breathe. Enough to smile again. Your chest expands without effort, and a warm current travels through your belly and down into your legs. The note tucked beside the check says simply, "Thank you for being who you are. This belongs to you." You laugh softly, not because it's unbelievable, but because it feels like recognition, like life is reminding you of something you always knew deep down. You place that envelope in a tray marked received, and as you do, your body relaxes another layer deeper. Your hand finds another envelope. This one is marked adjustment. Inside, more money, a refund you didn't know was owed to you. The paper is crisp, the ink shining. You place it on top of the first, and already the stack is beginning to grow. One by one, you keep opening bonus, gift, settlement, return, blessing. Every envelope, a new stream. Every check, a new confirmation. The numbers vary, some small, some immense, but the feeling is always the same. Relief, ease, safety. Gratitude that rises like a warm tide and spills gently through your chest. You notice the air in the room is warmer now. There's a subtle hum, like the sound of distant music, almost like a choir too soft to distinguish. Your skin tingles slightly, your body heavy with relaxation. You touch the growing stack of envelopes and feel their weight, solid and reassuring under your palms. That weight tells your whole nervous system, this is real, this is safe, this is mine. You breathe in and let the words form naturally on your exhale. I am supplied, I am provided for. I am at home in wealth. Each sentence rides your breath, deeper and deeper into your body, until it stops being words and becomes sensation. You keep opening more envelopes, 10, 20, 30. The tray grows taller and taller until you laugh again at the sight of it. There was a time you never thought you'd see so much proof, so much affirmation, and now it is here, and it feels ordinary, natural, exactly right. At the bottom of the pile is one envelope edged in gold. It almost glows as you lift it. Inside is not a check, but a simple handwritten line. You will never have to chase money again. From this moment, money chases you. The words vibrate through you like a tuning fork. You feel them resonate in your chest, your spine, even your teeth. You whisper back, I am the one money chases. I am the one, increase. seeks. And as you speak, something inside you clicks into place, like a key turning in a lock, like a door between wanting and having has swung open, and you are now standing firmly on the side of having. You press the golden envelope to your chest, and the warmth spreads through your whole torso. You place it carefully on top of the stack, and bow your head in quiet gratitude. No fireworks, no strain. Just peace, just the hum of truth filling the room. Now you take 3 slow breaths, anchoring this state into your body. The first fills your chest with relief. The second fills your belly with security. The third spreads through your whole body with overflow. And with each exhale you say softly, I am relieved, I am secure, I am overflowing. The envelopes glow for a moment, brighter, as if nodding their agreement. And then they settle, calm, content, as though they've done their job. When you finally turn toward the door, you glance back at the table. The tray is stacked so high with envelopes that it leans slightly, like a tower of proof too generous to contain. You realize the room will never close. It will never be locked. It is permanent, living inside you now. You can return any time. You can open more whenever you choose. The supply is infinite. You step back into the hallway. The door swings gently shut behind you, but the echo of the envelopes remains in your body. You feel the texture of the paper still on your fingertips, the sight of the numbers still bright in your mind, the warmth in your chest still glowing, the quiet laughter still on your lips. And as you walk on, you whisper one last time, slowly, tenderly, I am supplied, I am chosen, I am money's home. The words float out of you like a promise already fulfilled. You keep walking, lighter than before, carried by the certainty that tomorrow will greet you with proof of what you have already received tonight. And with that, you sink deeper, calmer, into rest, into safety, into sleep. Breathe slowly and let your body begin to soften. Imagine the weight of the day sliding off your shoulders, like a heavy coat being lifted away. Your chest is open, your belly easy, your hands resting without effort. Each inhale brings a calm tide in. Each exhale lets the tide drift out again. There is nothing to solve, nothing to chase. Only this quiet moment where wealth begins to bloom. You are sitting in a room that feels like sunlight made solid. The walls are bright, warm, almost glowing, and the air smells faintly of fresh wood and clean paper. In front of you is a desk polished smooth, and on that desk rests a small folder with your name embossed in gold. The sight of your name, written with such respect, makes your heart swell in your chest. You reach for the folder. The leather cover feels supple under your fingertips. As you open it, you see documents neatly arranged inside. At the very top, in bold letters, are the words, Account Summary. Congratulations. You scan the page and your eyes fall to the number printed there. It is the exact amount you once wished for, the exact sum that felt out of reach, and now it stares back at you calmly. Already complete, already yours. Your body reacts before your mind can argue. Your shoulders release, your jaw slackens, and you exhale through your nose with a sound that feels like finally. The number doesn't shock you. It settles you. It lands in your body like a stone finding the riverbed. Stable, permanent, real. Across the desk sits a kind banker, their expression one of warmth, not formality. They look at you with quiet admiration and say, We're very pleased for you. You are in a position of strength now. You're safe. Their words sink into you as more than words. They land as truth. They hand you a pen, and you sign the page at the bottom. The ink glides effortlessly, your signature flowing across the paper like it belongs there. And it does. You feel the smooth drag of the pen tip, the firmness of the desk beneath, the way your name completes the contract. As you place the pen down, your phone vibrates softly. You pick it up and see a new notification. Deposit received, balance updated. You tap the screen and the banking app opens with its familiar colors. The balance at the top rolls upward in a smooth animation, numbers climbing, 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 until they rest at the same figure you just signed. The screen shines with certainty. You feel a warmth move from your chest to your throat, to your face, and then down your arms. Your body believes it now. It's not waiting for permission. It knows. The banker smiles, shakes your hand and says, "Well done." Their palm is warm, steady, and when you let go, you feel their confidence linger in your own hand. You close the folder, tuck it under your arm, and stand up. As you walk out of the office, the world feels subtly brighter, the air cooler, crisper, the colors outside sharper, more alive. On the street, you pause for a moment. People pass by, but none of them feel hurried. Even the traffic seems to move at your rhythm. You close your eyes and whisper softly, "I am credited. I am chosen for increase. I am safe in wealth." The words are like keys that unlock something deep in your chest. Your ribs expand, your heart steadies, your breath smooths. You begin to walk home, folder in hand. Each step feels light, as if the sidewalk itself is carrying you. When you arrive, you set the folder on your kitchen table. The table is warm under your hand, the wood grain smooth. You rest your palm there and feel a subtle vibration rising up, as if the table itself is humming. It's done. It's done. It's done. You sit, close your eyes, and imagine the balance on the app one more time. The digits don't flicker. They don't feel fragile. They stand still, calm, like mountains. And you realize money is not noise, not chaos. It is stability, order, presence. You whisper again, "I am stable. I am wealthy. I am provided for." Your body grows heavier with relaxation, the warmth spreading down through your legs into your feet. Your arms feel weightless now, resting easily at your sides. Your whole body is a vessel of receiving, safe and open. Now imagine the days ahead. You glance at your phone, and the balance remains steady, even grows quietly without effort. You sign more papers with ease, receive more handshakes of respect, hear more voices congratulating you. The world treats you like someone who belongs in abundance, because that is who you have become. Breathe in deeply. On your inhale, feel the cool air fill your lungs with security. On your exhale, feel the warmth of wealth spread through your body, again and again, until your whole being hums with the quiet certainty of enough. You lean back, smile softly to yourself, and say with a calm voice, "I am supplied. I am recognized. I am money's rightful home." You let the words ripple through you. Let them echo in the quiet spaces of your body. And as you rest there, eyes closed, breath steady, you know you could stay here forever. The balance will hold. The folder will wait. The world will reflect what you have already chosen tonight. You are credited. You are safe. You are free. Breathe in slowly and feel the weight of your body sink deeper into the surface that holds you. With every exhale, let yourself release one more layer of tension, one more thought you no longer need. Your shoulders drop, your hands loosen, your eyelids grow heavier. This is your time. This is your space. Nothing is missing. Nothing is late. You are about to walk into the life you have already chosen. In your hand rests a small keyring. The metal is cool at first, smooth under your fingertips, the slight clink of the keys against each other like a song written just for you. Attached to the ring is a simple tag, handwritten with your name. You trace the letters slowly, letting the truth settle. This belongs to you, not someday, not with conditions. Now you walk toward a front door you've seen before in your imagination, and now it stands before you, solid and inviting. The handle feels firm beneath your palm. You slip the key into the lock, turn it gently, and hear the satisfying click of the mechanism opening. That sound vibrates through your whole body like confirmation. You push the door open, and the air that greets you is cool, fresh, scented faintly with wood and possibility. You step inside. The light pours across the floor in golden waves. The walls reflect warmth, and there's a silence in the house that isn't empty. It's alive, waiting for you. Your footsteps echo softly, but not lonely. Every sound feels like the house saying, "Welcome home." You look down at the floor. polished, smooth, steady under your feet. You touch the wall with your fingertips as you walk slowly inside. The paint is cool, the surface even. Your body takes it in, not just as decoration, but as evidence. This is real. This is mine. This is safe. You move into the living room. The space opens up wide before you. Large windows let the sunlight in, spilling across the walls, across the floor, filling every corner. You imagine yourself sitting here, relaxed, looking out at the view, knowing that every detail was chosen, every detail was answered. There is a sofa waiting for you, soft and supportive. You sit for a moment, and the cushions give way in the best possible way, holding you, cradling you. You lean back, let your body melt, and whisper softly, I am at home. I am rooted. I am resourced. You stand again and walk into the kitchen. The counters are clear, shining, ready. You run your hand across the surface. Smooth, cool, reassuring. Cabinets open and close with a soft hush, the sound of abundance, the sound of completion. You imagine preparing meals here. Laughter in the background, music playing softly, the smell of something warm filling the air. You picture the table set, friends and family gathered, light reflecting off glasses, the sound of joy echoing. This is not wishful thinking. This is recognition. You whisper again, I am supplied, I am generous, I am wealthy in love and in life. From the kitchen you step into a small hallway that leads to the bedrooms. The first door opens to a room filled with light. The bed is made with crisp sheets, inviting you to rest. You sit on the edge for a moment. The mattress holds you, not too soft, not too firm. You lie back, close your eyes, and let yourself imagine nights of deep sleep here. Mornings of ease, days beginning with calm. You see yourself waking up, stretching with gratitude. Sunlight spilling across your face. Whisper, I wake in abundance. I rest in abundance. I live in abundance. You rise again, walk to another room. This one is quieter. A space for work or creativity. A desk sits by the window, and from it you see the world outside. Trees, sky, maybe the soft outline of distant buildings. You picture yourself sitting here, writing, dreaming, planning, and everything you need flows easily. The chair is comfortable, the light just right, the air still. You place your hand on the desk and feel it vibrate with potential. You whisper softly, I am supported. I am inspired. I am funded by the flow of life. At the end of the hall is the main bedroom. You open the door and step inside. The room feels sacred, calm, vast. The bed is wide, welcoming. The walls seem to hold the sound of silence itself, the kind of silence that heals. You walk to the window and pull the curtains aside. The view takes your breath, not because it's dramatic, but because it feels like peace. Whatever you see, sky, city, sea, it feels like it was chosen for you, designed to remind you every day of how supported you are. You sit on the bed and pick up the keys again, letting them rest in your palm. The cool metal has warmed now, absorbing the heat of your body, becoming part of you. You close your hand around them and whisper, these keys are mine. This home is mine. Wealth is mine. You repeat it again, slower, feeling every word sink into your nervous system. This home is mine. Wealth is mine. You lie back on the bed, staring up at the ceiling. The paint is clean, bright, steady. You imagine nights spent here, the rhythm of your breath matching the rhythm of safety. You imagine mornings waking refreshed, the day ahead waiting like a gift. You imagine years unfolding within these walls, filled with laughter, rest, creativity, and peace. As you lie there, you sense the entire house breathing with you. The walls expand and contract softly. The air circulates gently. The light shifts like a living thing. The house is not just shelter, it is partnership. It reflects you, holds you, mirrors the abundance you have accepted. You whisper again slowly, I am housed by abundance. I am rooted. I am at home in wealth. We stay here for a while, breathing, feeling the weight of the keys still in your hand, the comfort of the mattress beneath you, the silence of the house around you. Each inhale draws in more safety. Each exhale releases any memory of lack. With every breath, the house becomes more yours, more real, more permanent. When you are ready, you rise once more, walking back toward the front door. You pause in the living room, glance again at the light pouring in, at the space waiting to hold your life. You step outside, close the door gently, and the keys jingle softly in your hand. That sound is not a dream. It is ownership. It is proof. As you walk away, the sun warms your skin, and the breeze brushes gently across your face. You whisper one last time, tenderly, with certainty. I am home. I am safe. I am wealthy. This is who I am. And with those words, your whole being settles, ready to rest in the knowledge that you belong here, that you are provided for, that wealth has given you roots. ChatGPT Plus, breathe in slowly, and as the air moves through you, feel your ribs widen and your shoulders fall. Exhale gently and let the muscles around your eyes soften. One more quiet breath, and as you release it, notice the space around you expanding, like the room itself is giving you permission to relax deeper. Your hands are easy and warm. Your jaw is unheld. Your forehead is smooth. You are safe. You are provided for. You are already on the way. Imagine the soft glow of early morning, just enough light to outline the familiar shapes in your room. You swing your legs over the side of the bed, and your feet meet the floor with a grounded, grateful weight. There's an unhurried joy in your chest, that quiet certainty that today unfolds beautifully without effort. On your dresser, your passport and a small stack of documents wait, except they aren't heavy with tasks. They're light with confirmation. You pick up the passport, the cover feels firm and textured under your thumb. You open it and glance at the page with your photo. You smile. This is the face of someone who is chosen, upgraded, provided for. Your phone screen wakes with a gentle glow. There it is, an email sitting at the top with the word confirmed. You tap it open. The itinerary opens crisp and clean. Outbound flight, seat already assigned in comfort and ease. Hotel reservation stamped, paid in full, a note from the concierge. We're delighted to welcome you. Your suite is ready. You linger on those words. Paid in full. Let them settle in your nervous system like warm sunlight on your skin. You read them again, slower, letting each syllable soothe and rewire any old narrative. Paid in full, you zip your suitcase closed with a sound that feels like completion. Your hand glides over the smooth fabric. You lift the handle. It's not heavy, it rolls freely. Wheels humming softly across the floor, like the world itself is smoothing your path. At your door you pause and breathe in the scent of morning. Clean, new, generous. You turn the key with a familiar click and step into the corridor of your life, already unfolding perfectly. Downstairs the ride is waiting, just as you planned, just as you allowed. The car door opens with a gentle weight. You slide in. The seat welcomes your body, and the world outside flows by with unhurried rhythm. Streets glide into highways, and the skyline gives way to wide sky. You feel your breath matching the motion. Inhale as the car gathers speed. Exhale as it settles into the lane of easy arrival. You don't check the time because timing serves you. The driver smiles in the mirror. Good morning. You return the smile. Good morning. The words feel like a password to a day that already said yes to you. The airport appears with its mosaic of glass and light. The car stops with soft precision at the departures lane. Your suitcase rolls beside you with a soft purr. The doors open, and you're greeted by the cool kiss of air conditioning and the scent of coffee, polished floors, and possibility. You walk toward the check-in area, and the line that once would have made you tense now looks like choreography. You're not required to join. A staff member catches your eye with that practiced kindness that means everything is easier than you thought. This way, please. You follow them into a shorter line, and for a moment you simply observe how naturally you are guided. It's as if the morning had hands, and those hands are gently at your back, steering you into ease. At the counter, your passport rests on marble. The keyboard clicks quietly under the agent's fingers. Their eyes brighten. I see a note on your booking. Congratulations. You tilt your head, a smile rising from the center of your chest. You've been upgraded. They turn the screen slightly. You catch a glimpse of your name beside a seat number that feels like luxury made tangible. The boarding pass prints with a satisfying hum and slides toward you, warm from the machine. You take it, and the paper's warmth meets your fingers, like the future shaking your hand. Enjoy your flight, they say. And you hear more than service in their tone. You hear confirmation. You nod grateful. I will. Thank you. Security is smooth, almost ceremonial. Shoes on, shoes off, tray in, tray out. Each motion is unhurried. Each request is met with the smile of someone who already knows the outcome. You pick up your things, rethread your belt through its loops, settle the strap of your bag across your chest. Everything fits. Everything belongs. As you walk into the concourse, the airport opens before you like a cathedral of glass and light, soft announcements blooming overhead and dissolving into a hush. You glance at the lounge entrance. The attendant welcomes you like an old friend. Good to see you. Inside, the world is quieter. Plush seats, low conversation, cups gently meeting saucers. You choose a chair near a window. The runway stretches beyond the glass, heat shimmering above it like a veil. You watch a plane lift into sky and feel it in your ribcage, the buoyant certainty that you too are carried. On the small table beside you sits a glass of water, cold and clear. You pick it up, and the condensation kisses your fingertips. You sip, and the coolness moves through you like a blessing. You check your phone, not out of worry, but out of delight. Another gentle vibration. We've prepared your arrival transfer. Look for the sign with your name. You picture your name in clean black letters, held up by someone whose job it is to make your next step seamless. You let that image rest behind your sternum like a quiet flame. You scroll once more, a message from the hotel. Allow us to send a car to bring you straight to your suite. You feel your body's answer. A deeper exhale. A longer landing. You whisper inwardly, so softly it's almost a thought. I am chosen. I am carried. I am upgraded in life. Boarding begins. You walk to the gate, unhurried. Your name appears at the top of the screen, and as if recognizing a friend, the agent looks up before you speak. A nod, a smile, a simple gesture toward the boarding lane. Your feet meet the jet bridge with that unique hollow sound, metal and promise. The temperature changes gradually as you move from terminal to aircraft, like passing from the outer world into a private sky. The flight attendant greets you by name. It slips from their mouth effortlessly, and hearing it here sounds different, like a note placed perfectly in a song you've known forever. Welcome aboard. You stow your bag. There's space exactly where you need it. Your seat awaits, wide, soft, designed for rest. You settle in. The fabric feels new and kind. The headrest shapes itself to your head. You run your fingers across the armrest. Feel the inset controls. The window beside you frames a piece of sky you could almost touch. A tray appears, offered like a small ceremony. A warm towel resting in a dish. A glass of something you enjoy, sparkling quietly. A menu with pages that feel weighted, just enough to matter. You place the towel against your hands. The heat opens your fingers like petals. You press it gently to your face, and the warmth spreads through your sinuses into your mind, dissolving any leftover edges. The plane whispers to life, a soft pushback. The safety demonstration, familiar and soothing. You buckle in, and it clicks. The sound of anchoring, the sound of being held. Takeoff is a symphony. You've rehearsed in your cells. The engines gather in a low, steady crescendo. The runway lines streak by, quick and sure. You feel that gentle press into the seat back, that lift, that soft separation as wheels leave Earth. The city tilts, then steadies. Clouds reach up like friendly mountains, and you rise above them into a bright plain of light. The cabin hushes after the climb. A bell chimes softly. You breathe, and the air smells faintly of clean linen and the soft notes of a meal warming somewhere behind a curtain. You recline, not as indulgence, but as alignment with who you are now. Your knees find space. Your toes flex, and the fabric slides silkily against them. A blanket settles over your lap, light but present, like a promise kept. You let your eyelids drift to half-mast, and rest your attention on the soundscape, a quiet murmur of voices, the harmless rustle of pages, the gentle sigh of air moving through vents. This is the sound of abundance. This is what life sounds like when it says yes to you. Hours fold gently. A hand rests lightly on your armrest, respectful, attentive. Would you like anything? The question lands like an invitation from the universe. You ask for exactly what you want in a voice that is not apologizing. The request leaves your mouth clean and simple, and it returns fulfilled, placed carefully on your tray, as if the world enjoys pleasing you. You savor the first bite. Flavors bloom and fade like small blessings, bright, warm, comforting. You eat slowly, as if you have all the time in the world, because you do. You sip water again and feel your body. Thank you in quiet ways. Gratitude is a climate now, not an event. You close your eyes and picture arrival. The door of the plane opening to a new air, slightly different in temperature, in scent, in sound. You hear your name again at the gate, held on a small sign by hands that know who you are. You see yourself answering that call with a nod and a smile. You follow, not because you don't know the way, but because it feels good to be guided. Luggage arrives quickly, loosened on the belt, as if even the carousel knows your time matters. The bag's handle is cool in your palm. The car door opens to a softly lit interior, and seats that receive you. Doors close with that smooth, expensive hush that sounds like privacy itself. City lights, if it's evening, spill like jewels across the windshield, or if it's day, sun and shadow stitch the road in gentle patterns. You lean your head back and feel the rhythm of the drive unweave the last threads of any effort. The driver turns slightly. Hotel, you nod and say the name, and even the syllables feel like silk on your tongue. The entrance is a dream made familiar. A discreet awning, still water in a bowl with floating flowers, cool stone underfoot. Someone opens the car door before you reach for it. Another hand reaches for your bag in a gesture that says, you are not required to carry everything. Inside, the air is fragrant, effortless. The lobby is art and space and quiet gold. You approach the desk and the person there looks up in welcome that feels rehearsed by fate. We've been expecting you. The sentence lands like a soft drumbeat in your chest. Expecting you. Of course, you were expected by this day all along. They slide a folder across the counter. We have you in a suite with a view, and we've arranged a few comforts to begin your stay. Everything is taken care of. The card reader beeps softly, this time a different tone, a tone that means there's nothing to pay. The folio prints with a tiny smile of a sound. You sign, not a bill, but a welcome. The elevator hums as it rises, its walls reflecting your calm posture, your easy shoulders, your eyes that know. The doors open to a quiet hallway. Plush carpet receives your steps like a friend's hand receiving your own. Your door opens with a lithe click. The suite breathes open, light spilling across polished floors, the generous sweep of a sofa, flowers in a glass bowl, a note on thick paper. We're delighted you're here. You run your fingertips over the card. The paper has a soft tooth, the ink slightly raised. You're being touched back by your reality. Set by the window is a small basket, fruit shining like small suns, cold sparkling water waiting in a bucket, a plate with something sweet and careful on it. There's a scent in the air that can't be named, fresh linen and wood, and a hint of citrus, and something like possibility itself. You step to the window and pull back the sheer curtain. The view leans into you. Maybe it's ocean, moving in its own ancient breath. Maybe it's a skyline, steel and glass and geometry singing. Maybe it's a mountain line, blue with distance. Whatever it is exactly right. You press your palm to the window and feel the faint coolness kiss your skin down below. Life moves in miniature, and you are held in a quiet pocket above it all, not removed, but serenely placed. You explore without hurrying. Your hand trails across a countertop, smooth as a decision already made. You open a wardrobe and slide your clothes onto hangers. Fabric whispers as it settles into its new rightful space. You find a note on the desk. A complimentary spa appointment has been reserved for you. Should you wish to use it, complimentary. The word lands and dissolves resistance in places you didn't know were still braced. Your phone vibrates again. A gentle ping. Dinner. Tonight, courtesy of the house. You feel a smile unfurl, not on your lips, but beneath your breastbone. The world is generous to you. It feels natural because it is who you are now. You walk into the bedroom and sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress is a promise kept, supportive, welcoming. You press your palms into the duvet. It rebounds softly and then settles like it knows the outline of your hands. You lie back and let your body release its carefulness. Sheets breathe cool against your skin. Pillows cup your head, your neck, your shoulders. You stretch your legs and your toes find a cool patch, then sink into it like clouds. Your eyes close of their own accord. The silence here is not emptiness. It's full of good things. It's the hush in a theater before the curtain opens, the pause before a deeply right yes. You drift, not into sleep yet, but into that golden drowsy place where reality is pliable and kind. You feel it wash through your body like warm water, every bill paid, every detail handled, every path cleared. You whisper inwardly so softly that only your deepest self hears it. I am fully taken care of. I am upgraded. I travel first class in life. Money moves toward me with kindness. Opportunities rise to meet me. I am expected, welcomed, and provided for. Let the scene stretch even wider. See a gentle tomorrow. You wake to light that has the color of honey. You move to the balcony and the air greets your skin like an old friend. The city or sea or mountain sends you its morning, and you receive it with a cup warming your hands. You glance at your phone by habit, and all the notifications are pleasant. Your experience today is confirmed. Your driver is waiting whenever you are. No balance due. You open the hotel folio out of curiosity. The total reads 0, because generosity has a way of circling back to you now. You're not surprised. You are grateful in a way that is quiet and stable. You don't have to make a scene. The scene has already been made for you. In your mind, you walk the day. Breakfast appears when you show up. The staff uses your name the way a friend uses your name. The elevator always opens quickly for you. Tables you like are somehow always available. When you wander into a shop, there is exactly one item that feels like it waited for your touch, and it's the right size, the right shape, the right price, which is to say, it feels like a gift. When you return in the afternoon, your room has been refreshed the way your spirit has bed made smooth, towels folded with care, a small chocolate set near a card that says, with compliments. You feel compliments. Life complimenting you, your choices, your ease. There's no hurry anywhere. The experiences you want appear when you're ready. A museum has a private hour that somehow coincides with your arrival. A path along the water is quiet just when you decide to walk it, and the light arranges itself into photographs you'll carry in your heart. In conversation, strangers become kind mirrors, reflecting back to you the calm and glow you've been living from. Every excuse me is met with after you. Every door you push yields easily. The memory you're creating right now is not fragile. It's foundational. You imprint your system with the feel of this day, the texture of calm fabric against your arms, the polite weight of a key card in your pocket, the temperature change as a lobby door slides open, and the warm world steps back. You imprint the correspondence. Your name on envelopes at the front desk, your initials on a small tag tied around a gift from the hotel, the way people look up when you approach, because you belong here. You let it all mark you in soft, non-negotiable ways. Later, evening spreads across the sky, and the city or ocean begins to wear its night lights. You sit at a table that seems to have been waiting just for you. The chair tucks in with a quiet glide. A candle does that gentle flicker. A candle does when it knows it's being admired. The menu is an invitation, not a test. You choose with joy, knowing you are already answered. Plates arrive like small works of art, and the first taste makes your eyes close for a second, not to shut anything out, but to let everything in. You feel the nourishment go where it's needed. Body, yes, but also identity. I am the kind of person for whom life brings its best. I am the one it is easy to serve. I am the one who is always provided for. When the meal is finished, there is no bill in the way you used to know bills. There is a folder, yes, but inside only a note. We hope this added a little sweetness to your day. It did. It does. It will. You sign again, not a charge, but a thank you note to the pattern you've assumed. You walk slowly back to the elevator and up to your floor, carrying nothing heavy, carrying only the light of a day that confirmed you. Back in your room, you turn off lights one by one. Each click is a small surrender. The city's glow, or the moon's reflection, keeps the room softly visible. In the bathroom, the mirror greets you with that hotel lighting that forgives everything and blesses everything. You wash your face, and the water is exactly the right temperature, like the world has been set to comfort for you. A robe hangs from a hook with a weight that says, relax longer. You slip into it, and it holds you like the day held you. You pull back the covers, and the sheets invite you in like cool silk and warm cloud at the same time. You lay down, and your body remembers. The bed understands your shape. Pillows conform and lift. Your breath slows on its own. You think back over the day, not as a list, but as a collection of textures and sounds and kindnesses. The keyboard's soft clicks at check-in, the hum of the plane settling into cruise, the chime of the elevator opening just for you, the hush of carpet, the polite knock of room service when you wanted tea, without knowing you wanted tea. Your mouth shapes a thank you, without needing to say it aloud. Gratitude moves through your limbs like a warm tide, pulling you into deeper water. Now let the picture zoom out even further. See this trip not as an exception, but as a pattern. Feel it in your bones. This is your normal. This is your natural tone. You don't have to grip it. You don't have to prove it. You are simply this person now, the person for whom doors open, for whom upgrades choose, for whom money arrives early and leaves instructions to take its place with more. You are the person who doesn't chase experiences because experiences circle to meet you. You are the person who sleeps in rooms that are quiet with generosity. You are the person who wakes inside a day that knows your name. As you hover at the edge of sleep, repeat softly inside, time to your breath, letting the phrases sink like stones into a clear lake. I am provided for. Inhale, I am upgraded. Exhale, I am expected and welcomed. Inhale, everything is paid in full. Exhale, I travel first class in life. Inhale, thank you, it is done. Exhale, again, slower, like a lullaby to yourselves. I am provided for. I am upgraded. I am expected and welcomed. Everything is paid in full. I travel first class in life. Thank you. It is done. Let these words rearrange the subtle structures of your mind, the way housekeeping quietly rearranged your room while you were out, leaving everything more beautiful than they found it. Let your heart unclench in places you didn't even know were holding on. Let your shoulders drop a few millimeters more. Let your tongue rest at the floor of your mouth. Let your hands feel heavy and innocent. You roll slightly to the side, making a small nest for your head. The sheet has that cool patch again, and you find it without looking. Your breathing counts time for the whole room, and the room keeps time with the whole world. Night holds you like a parent holds a sleeping child. You don't have to do anything now. The assumption will do the doing. The bridge will build itself while you dream. Incidents will stitch together in your favor while your body repairs and your mind floats. You are safe to sleep because everything important has already been planted. In this softness, with the gentlest possible voice, tell yourself the truth one last time before you drift. I am already there. I am already chosen. I am already in my seat, above the clouds, arriving into rooms that call me by name. I am already the person for whom life clears the path. I am already at ease with abundance. I am already the one for whom it is natural to be blessed. And as you surrender, feel the entire scene. Airport, lounge, takeoff, arrival, suite, balcony. Gather into a single sensation that hums at the center of your chest, the feeling of being fully taken care of. Fall asleep in that feeling, the way a key slips into a lock and turns without resistance. Fall asleep as the upgraded version of yourself, because that's who you are. Fall asleep knowing that the world has already adjusted to match you. Breathe, sink, smile softly at nothing in particular. The story is set. The ending is certain. Everything is ready for you. Thank you. It is done. Let your shoulders melt as if someone gently warmed them from within. The space around you is quiet and friendly, almost like it leans in to listen to your breath. Inhale through the nose and feel the cool air. Lift your chest softly. Exhale through the mouth and notice the weight in your hands evaporate. Again, slower this time, and let your belly loosen with the breath. You are safe here. You are allowed to stop trying. You are allowed to be carried. See yourself at home, in the calm of late afternoon, that hour when the light turns the walls a warmer color, and everything you own looks a little kinder. Your table is clean, no clutter, just a ceramic mug radiating a gentle heat and a small stack of envelopes, waiting, edges neat, corners aligned. You run a fingertip along the top one, and the paper yields under the slightest pressure. You don't feel dread in your body. You feel a bright, grounded curiosity, as if you already know those envelopes are good news, and they're excited to be opened by you. You pick up the first one, and the flap gives with a faint sigh. The letter slides out richer and heavier than you expected. High-quality paper with a watermark that catches the light. There's your name, perfectly spelled, printed in an ink that looks almost glossy. You read the first line without rushing, because you've learned that good news is meant to be savored, not gulped. We're pleased to inform you. The words land in your chest like soft bells. You feel your shoulders release just a little more. A count adjustment in your favor. Your tongue rests in your mouth. Easy, because even your nervous system is nodding. Yes, of course, this is how it goes now. The next envelope opens like it's been waiting all day for your hands. Paid in full. 3 words that rearrange the room. The letter says an old balance you'd almost forgotten has been reconciled. Not only that, there's a credit on your account. You slow down over every detail, letting the numbers become textures you can feel. You don't have to memorize anything. Your body is memorizing it for you. This weightlessness, this new normal, where the phrase paid in full feels like your own signature. Another envelope. The seal has a little tooth to it. It comes away neatly. Approved. You glance at the amount, and a small laugh bubbles up from your stomach. Joy without effort. Your mind doesn't sprint forward into planning. It rests like a cat discovering a patch of warm sun. Then something subtle shifts. You realize your jaw isn't clenched the way it used to be when you opened mail. You're not braced. You're open. Your shoulders are on your side. The room loves you. The world loves you. Your phone glows on the table, the screen lighting your palm with a friendly rectangle of light. A notification blooms at the top with a sound you've chosen, something soft like 2 glasses touching. You swipe. Incoming transfer pending, your name and a series of numbers, clear as a road sign on a sunny day. You tap into the bank app. The interface is clean, familiar. Your thumb rests on the biometric sensor. The phone says yes instantly, recognizing you the way your future recognizes you. The balance on your screen updates with a smooth, confident motion. The new number lands like a warm blanket over your ribcage, present, steady, not going anywhere. You feel that number, the exact shape of it, settle into your nervous system as a tone, calm, deep, plentiful. You pinch the screen to look closer, not out of doubt, but to enjoy the details. There's a notation. Thank you. You don't need to know the whole story yet. The bridge of incidents is busy and generous, but you can tell this is money that likes you. It has your sense of humor. It has your timing. It came here to make your life easier and to stay. You set the phone down, and the wood under it is cool, smooth, reassuring. Your hands fold together without being told. You listen to the house, a dishwasher far off, like a steady tide, a neighbor's footsteps fading, a bird adding a note to your moment. Your breath deepens all on its own. You look at the stack of opened letters turned into confirmations, and for a heartbeat you watch their edges align with a new geometry. Every line reading, settled, credited, cleared. Even the typefaces seem to stand taller now. You stand up and the floor meets your feet like a friend. In the hallway, your coat is waiting on a hook, quietly dignified, like it knew you'd be going somewhere special today. You slide into it and it fits better than usual, as if your body just became exactly the shape it always wanted to be. Keys in your hand feel like small talismans that open more than doors. You step outside and the air has that after-rain clarity, even if it didn't rain. The light is kind. The street recognizes you. As you walk, tiny things align themselves to you. The crossing light changes the moment you arrive. A bus pulls away, and the air it leaves behind is clean and gentle. A child on a scooter swooshes by, and you hear their laughter the way you hear a blessing, in a language you've always secretly understood. At the corner cafe, the barista glances up, and there's that moment of mutual recognition. No explanation needed, just shared belonging. You order without glancing at prices, because the number that matters lives inside you now, and it says enough and more than enough. The tap of your card makes a soft approving tone. The receipt prints itself, then dissolves into the motion of your day. You choose a seat by the window. The glass is faintly cool. You place your palm against it, and the city touches you back with its pulse. Your drink arrives in a cup that's the right weight, the right temperature in your hands, the right sound when it meets the saucer. You take a sip, and taste is sensation and proof. Sweet when sweet is needed, velvety when softness is called for, bright when clarity is just right. You open your laptop, and it feels light. And email pings. We'd love to move forward. The subject line doesn't shout. It knows you already knew. You open it, and it's even better than your body predicted. Terms you would have negotiated for a peer, pre-negotiated, dates that used to squeeze you. Now breathe. They want you. Specifically you. The letter of intent has your ease encoded into it. You read slowly. Not to check for problems, but to savor the kindness of specificity. You respond with language that sounds like your most relaxed self and hit send. The words leave the screen like a bird that knows exactly where it's flying and exactly how to get there without flapping too hard. You feel your stomach, your heart, your scalp, your calves, tiny muscles you never think about. Say thank you in a language of blood, flow and warmth, and a letting go that feels like a door swinging open in a house you already own. Your phone hums once more. A new deposit has cleared, not pending. Cleared. The app shows a subtle confetti animation you never noticed before. You're amused. You let the confetti land on you in your imagination. Little pieces of approval that somehow clean the air. Another message from a name you like. I've been meaning to repay you. Just sent it. You picture money traveling like small happy bees that know their way home. On the walk back, the world bends slightly in your favor, again and again. A parking space opens for someone, because you happen to choose a path that frees it. A delivery arrives not for you, but you hold the door for it. And the delivery guy says, "Bless you," and it feels like he's talking to your entire life. You pass a flower stall, and the scent reaches toward you, not coyly but generously, so you let yourself stop and breathe it in. You buy a single stem for a single bud vase at home, a bright promise for your desk. The vendor wraps it with a care that looks like love, and says, "On the house," and means it. You accept with a nod that tells the universe, "I'm good at receiving now." Back home, the light has shifted just enough to paint the floor in soft, honey-colored rectangles. You set the flower down and water it with a small glass. You walk to your desk, not because you have to work, but because you love how your chair fits you and how the surface feels under your wrists when you lay your hands there. Your computer wakes up, as if it's been waiting for you quietly, like an instrument tuned and ready. You open your bank portal on a bigger screen this time, and everything looks like a landscape you'd choose to visit. Organized, green lights on, balances with extra room built into them. You scroll down through transactions, and the rhythm of the page is a song. Deposits, credits, automatic things you forgot you'd set up, doing exactly what they should in exactly the order they should. You expand messages and find kindness there too. We've moved you into a preferred tier. A number attached to that means lower fees that would once have mattered, but now means something more. The world publicly agreeing with your private self-concept. You click a small schedule appointment button you wouldn't have clicked a year ago. The calendar opens with times that are surprisingly open, as if it knew what your morning will feel like. You choose one for tomorrow, not for a request, but for a welcome. We'd like to offer you a dedicated advisor. The words do not make you smaller. They make the space around you bigger. They make your breathing longer. The confirmation email arrives before you're done closing the tab. You think of someone you love, who has been carrying a weight alone. Without dramatics, you open a second window, quiet generosity. You set up a transfer that will land in their account the way a hand lands in another hand. No hassle, no ceremony, just care. The number is comfortable. You feel the gift moving out, and the same amount, multiplied mysteriously, moving toward you from some elegant angle of the future. You no longer need to calculate. You don't even check for tax implications right now. That kind of thought belongs to a version of you that lived on a smaller island. You live on the mainland. Now, there's always a road for you. You go to the bedroom and open the drawer where you keep documents. It smells faintly of cedar. Inside, things are neat, labeled. You touch each folder like a rosary of completed stories. Insurance, current, taxes, filed, refund received. Licenses renewed. Your name is printed sharply on everything. You're not waiting on the world. The world is waiting for your yes. Your body wants movement, not as penance, but as celebration. You put on shoes and step back outside into early evening. The air cooler now, the color of the sky like a soft drink poured over ice. You walk to a small park, and the path curves in a way that reminds your legs of how easy it is to be a person. People are out. Couples, kids, an old man feeding birds that look like they're wearing tuxedos. A breeze passes through leaves, and you feel it pass through you the same way, lifting, rearranging, setting things down better than it found them. Your pocket hums with one more message. You read it standing under a tree that's doing that twinkling thing where sunlight filters through in separate coins of light. Grant awarded. You blink, you breathe. There's a sentence about your work being aligned with a mission you respect, and there's a line that says the first disbursement goes out this week. You put your phone away slowly. You let yourself stand there and need nothing else in this moment. You're taking the picture, your mind making a photograph of this sensation, so it can hang it on your wall inside. You head home by a slightly different route, just to prove to yourself that every route is your route now. The key turns, and the house greets you like someone opening their arms. In the kitchen, you prepare something simple that tastes like comfort. The cutting board has the faint, clean smell of lemon and wood. The knife makes a small rhythmic sound that feels like a lullaby to your cells. You plate your food in a way that makes you feel respected by yourself. You eat slowly. The taste blooms and fades and returns in a second, subtler way. You are nourished at the level where money also lives, not the number, but the felt ease. Later, you take a shower that feels like a reset button made of water. The tile is warm under your toes. The stream is steady with just the right pressure. You watch the steam curl and disappear like the last of an old worry, releasing its hold and drifting up where it can't touch you anymore. You step out and a towel wraps you in a weight that says, "Here, be heavier, be present, be held." You move through your evenings slowly, like you finally caught up to your own timing. When you sit on your bed, it hums with a memory of last night's good sleep, and every good sleep before that. You look at the flower you brought home earlier. It opened a little more while you were away, like a whisper becoming a sentence. You put your phone on the bedside table, where it glows once with a final sweetness. Funds available. No fanfare, just certainty. You switch it to do not disturb, not to shut the world out, but to create an inner lobby where only your name is called. You slide under the sheets and they accept you. Your pillow shapes itself around your head as if it has your measurements. You close your eyes and put one hand on your chest and one on your belly. And notice how they rise together, how they fall together, like two friends laughing in the same rhythm. You replay the day, not to obsess, but to savor. Envelopes that were not threats, but gifts. Numbers that were not demands, but allies. People who said yes without being convinced. The part of you that gave easily, and the part of you that received even easier. Your mind drifts to tomorrow in the softest way, and shows you a scene of walking into a bank lobby where the floor shines like water and the air smells faintly of paper and cedar and new beginnings. Someone shakes your hand, not as a test, but as a welcome. Meetings where chairs are comfortable, where pens write smoothly on thick paper, where signatures feel like blessings. You see spreadsheets that are not cages, but maps. You see numbers listening to you. You see a path that curves wide, made of time, that's on your side. You let all of this compress into one sensation at the center of your chest, the unmistakable feeling of solvency, of surplus, of being more than okay. It's not adrenaline, it's not peak excitement, it's something better. A deeply seated yes, a hum that continues when the music stops. A home base. Breathe into that. On the inhale, feel your ribcage expand to make more room for this new normal. On the exhale, feel the old scripts exit like a tide that forgot how to return. Whisper internally, time to your breath, so it drifts down past thought into the place where you make worlds. I am solvent. I am supported. I am chosen by opportunity. I am easy to pay. I am paid in full. Thank you. It is done. Again slower. Each phrase placing a warm hand on a different part of your body. I am solvent. Chest softens. I am supported. Jaw releases. I am chosen by opportunity. The space behind the eyes widens. I am easy to pay. Hands warm. I am paid in full. Belly loosens. Thank you. It is done. Whole body lengthens. Feel the bed gather you in. Feel the air get just a little heavier. Like a blanket you can breathe. The room grows quiet in that special way. Quiet grows when it is full of good things settling. Your tongue rests. Your eyes drift behind closed lids like leaves on a slow river. Somewhere in the distance of your inner world, a gate is opening, and behind it there is a gentle machinery laying down the next planks of your bridge, the exact ones that will carry you from this state to tomorrow's sweet confirmations. You don't have to watch it. It loves to work without an audience. Before sleep finds you, tell yourself the truth one more time, the way you would tell it to a child you adore. You are taken care of. You are allowed to receive. Your money is loyal to you. Your work is wanted. Your timing is tender and precise. The world delights in paying you. Your name reads like a yes in every system that matters. The help you give ripples back multiplied. The help you need arrives early and stays late. Your life likes you. Your life chose you, and now drift. The house breathes with you. The night keeps watch, not as a guard, but as a gardener. You can rest because everything you planted today is working, and everything you will plant tomorrow is already finding the richest soil. Smile, even if it's only on the inside. You did well today by doing less than before and trusting more than ever. You can go now into that ocean where all good things meet to decide how they will arrive at your door in the morning. Breathe, soften, let go. It's taken care of. It's all taken care of. Thank you. It is done. Let your mouth soften, the back of your tongue resting like a warm pebble. Let your eyelids be heavy and friendly. They don't have to hold anything up. Breathe in like you're sipping from a straw, slow and quiet. And on the exhale, imagine the air leaving through the soles of your feet, taking with it the leftover static of the day. Again, a little slower. Feel the space behind your sternum widen, as if someone opened a window there. Your shoulders drop without being told. Your jaw forgets how to clench. Your belly loosens and decides to trust you. Picture yourself at that hour, when morning is just thinking about arriving. The room, a soft gray blue that forgives everything. The air has that clean, hotel lobby freshness, but it's home, your home, and it knows your rhythm. On the nightstand is a notebook with a pen that glides, a glass of water that tastes like fresh snow, and your phone on Do Not Disturb, face down, patient. Your sheets have that just right weight that tells your nervous system, I've got you. The mattress supports without insisting. Every fiber around you is on your side. You sit up, and the world rises to meet you. Your feet find the floor, and it's warm. Somehow, even if nobody turned anything on. Warm like your life has been preheated to the perfect temperature for you. You walk through a house that is tidy without effort. The hallway holds a gentle echo of your steps, like applause turned down to a private setting. In the kitchen, the light is kind. The counters are spacious. Your favorite mug is already where your hand reaches. When water boils, it's a soft hiss, like a friend saying, shh, we're about to do something lovely. While the tea steeps, you open the notebook, and your pen writes words that feel like statements, not wishes. You don't force them. They arrive, and your hand gives them bodies. Paid, credited, received, surplus, ease. The letters sit on the page with good posture. Your body mirrors them. You take a small sip and taste a quiet sweetness. You didn't add. It reminds you of abundance, present, gentle, unquestioned. Your phone comes alive with a single, courteous vibration. You turn it over, and your lock screen shows something simple, a calendar invite that reads, Welcome Meeting. You don't remember scheduling it, but it's in your style. Clean, generous with time, placed perfectly between breakfast and a slow walk. You smile because your life knows your preferences. Your thumb touches the sensor and the phone recognizes you in an instant, as if the future recognizes you that way too. Inside the banking app, a number expands like an inhale, not sharp, not loud, solid, familiar. It lands in your chest the way a hand lands on your back, right between your shoulders, steadying, letting you lean. You tap into the details. There are deposits with labels that read like little blessings. A royalty payment from something you enjoyed making. A refund, you forgot about that, remembered you. An unsolicited bonus that arrived without your hustle begging for it. You notice how your breathing matches the cadence of the numbers, slow, regular, confident. You scroll and the pattern is clear. Money that likes the way you move, likes to move toward you. You close the app and let the number live in sensation instead. It becomes warmth behind your breastbone and length in your exhale. It becomes the way your neck feels longer, your temples cool. You stand and walk to a room you used to call your office, but now it feels more accurate to call it your studio for wealth. Not a grind room, a making room, a room where you feel like yourself. The chair greets your back like memory foam that learned your story. The desk is free of shoulds. Your laptop wakes with a screen that is neither too bright nor too dim. The Goldilocks of focus. Your email inbox wears a new face. Messages with subject lines that don't require armor. Terms attached. Ready when you are. Phones sent. You open one, and the tone is collaborative, respectful, even admiring. They want your work because they want your mind, your flavor, your way. The draft agreement reads like it was written after someone listened, really listened to what supports you. Numbers sit next to your name, and they don't flinch under the light. You skim, then you slow down around the parts that used to pinch. They don't pinch anymore. They fit. You picture your signature sliding across the screen, not as compliance, but as blessing. Yes, your phone hums again. Only once, like a cat's purr. A transfer has cleared. The animation is understated, tasteful, but your body provides its own celebration. Shoulders melt, ribs lift, jaw softens. You open the budgeting app you used to dread, and now adore. It looks like a garden in there, green across the row of categories. Tiny blossoms where goals have been met early. A pathway of little stones for buffer that stretches further than last month, and the month before that. You're not tracking scarcity anymore. You're directing generosity. You assign dollars like a wise host, guiding guests to their perfect seats. You go delight savings. You take care of future taxes, so future me gets to keep her mornings. You go make somebody's day. The app closes, and the feeling stays. I am the one who places abundance where it can do the most good. You step into clothes that feel like compliments you can wear. A jacket that makes you taller without asking you to perform. Shoes that turn sidewalks into carpets. Outside, the morning is an early painting of itself. Light pooling on the pavement, a soft breeze that smells faintly of citrus and new paper. The city nods. You nod back. Everything's mutual. At the corner, the walk signal changes exactly when you arrive. Like the world respects your time now because you do. At the cafe, you don't perform confidence. You simply don't need to check the price. The tap of your card makes that small musical confirmation. The barista has drawn a tiny star on the cup without knowing why. You sit by the window, the glass cool under your fingers, and your reflection looks like someone who expects good and receives it with grace. Your welcome meeting happens in a space you like to be in. Plants that actually thrive. Ambient music at a volume that understands conversation. Chairs that don't squeak. The person across from you smiles like they're relieved. You exist. They describe a concierge tier, a dedicated team, travel benefits that match the way you like to move, quiet upgrades, doors that open with no fuss. Fees evaporate. The room does math for you in the background in your favor. The forms are crisp, the pen's new, and the signatures flow with your breath. Not one part of you wonders if you belong here. The room makes sense because your concept of yourself makes sense. On your way out, you pass a bulletin board. A small flyer catches your eye. Grants available for exactly the sort of work that feels like play for you, with language that sounds like a letter you once wrote to yourself. You scan the code and it opens to a page that might as well be titled, "We made this for you." You apply in 10 minutes because no contortion is required. You walk back into the day, lighter than air, but more grounded than oak. Your phone buzzes in your pocket with a familiar, friendly haptic. A payout notification. Arrives today. You don't need to check, but you do once because you enjoy witnessing goodness land. The number that shows up is the exact number your chest had already prepared room for. You feel it fill that room, then overflow into your limbs. Then rinse your thoughts with clarity. You realize that even your posture has a new default. Open collarbones, spine like a string, lightly pulled from above, feet that claim the ground without gripping it. Around lunchtime, the doorbell sounds like a chime in a temple. A small package, the size of a book. You open it, and it is a book. One you mentioned in passing yesterday to a friend. Inside, a note in their handwriting, "You don't need this, but I think you'll love it." Money is not the only way. Abundance finds you. Affection does too. You send a voice message back, Your voice carries more warmth these days, because it's not fighting a cold wind inside. In the afternoon, you move through a stretch of focused work that feels like gliding. Hours behave. Ideas arrive wearing complete sentences. You write, and it sounds like the version of you that laughs easily. You edit, and it feels like gardening. You send the draft, and your cursor doesn't hover over undo. Your body knows it's good. Another email dings. Wire initiated. You don't need to chase anything. Money now has your home address and your sense of humor. It shows up early and takes off its shoes. You decide to give because giving is what your system does with excess. You open a tab to support an organization that turns funds into food, into books, into clean water. The number you enter is reflexively higher than last time, and there's no argument inside you. The confirmation page thanks you by name and lists what your gift covers. Your stomach hums. Your shoulders buzz. Your skin feels like sunlight can reach it from the inside. You think of someone close who could use a softness. You tap out a transfer with a note that says, "No reply needed." You know they'll feel the embrace behind the numbers. The day glides to early evening, and you put on your coat like a small ceremony. You take the long way to dinner, streets that let your mind wander, the kind of wandering that finds useful treasure. A storefront displays a jacket you've always wanted without knowing it. You try it on, and it says yes to you before the mirror does. The salesperson treats you like a return customer, even if this is your first time here. The whole place smells faintly of cedar and new beginnings. When you pay, the receipt prints with a line you never noticed before. Preferred. It's funny what your identity does to systems, how they reorganize to welcome you. Dinner is with someone who knows how to ask questions and how to listen. The food is colorful, the plates generous, the lighting flattering without effort. You talk about ideas, simple ones, big ones, the ones that feed more people than two. At some point, you glance at your phone, not to escape, but because the screen pulsed with a gentle light. The grant application has an answer already. Approved, first disbursement Monday. You set the phone down face down and let your face hold the news. Your friend sees it and grins like they were expecting this too. Back home, you take off your shoes and your feet make that little sigh noise that says, "Thank you for today." You pass your desk and see a small stack of envelopes that once would have felt like tests. You open them like you're opening gifts, because they are. Statement, zero balance. Credits applied. We've upgraded your account. Paper feels different when it's carrying good news. It has a satin whisper to it. You file them in a drawer that smells like cedar and success. Labels are clear. Categories are simple. Your name looks beautiful on all of it. You shower, and the water temperature is your exact love language. The sound of the stream makes your thoughts go single file. As steam curls, you realize that so many old stories have drifted up and out like this, visible for a second, then gone where they can't settle back down. You step out, and the mirror shows a face that belongs in all the rooms you were once waiting to be invited into. You didn't force your way in. You redesigned the house within, and the invitations began to look like foregone conclusions. In bed, your pillow cradles your head like it memorized your favorite angle. You lay one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and feel them rise together, fall together, like two friends laughing at the same joke. You replay the day the way you rewatch a favorite scene. The welcome meeting that felt like warm marble and fresh ink, the numbers that behaved like confidences, not confessions, the giving that multiplied on contact, the approvals that arrived early, as if they'd been waiting behind a curtain for your nod. You let tomorrow peek in, just a little, a picture of you stepping into a calm office where people greet you by name, where funds land without friction, where ideas are funded at the speed of trust. You see yourself signing one document, then another, and notice how your body stays soft, how your breath never hurries, how your shoulders remain a place. Birds would land. You feel the texture of the future, not sharp, not slippery, grippy in a gentle way, like suede. Gather all of this into one simple sensation beneath your breastbone. It's not fireworks, it's hearth. It's not adrenaline, it's altitude. Let it become a steady hum that outlives thought. Breathe it wider. On the inhale, feel your ribs make room for more ease. On the exhale, feel the remnants of not yet melt like frost in good sun. Whisper without moving your lips, letting the words drop below mind into the place that makes matter. I am funded. I am favored. I am the one money loves to find. I am easy to pay. I am paid in full. I give freely. I receive richly. Thank you. It is done. Again, slower, each phrase landing in a different room of your body and turning on a light. I am funded, chest warms. I am favored. Throat opens, I am the one money loves to find. Space behind the eyes widens. I am easy to pay, hands grow warm. I am paid in full. Belly softens. I give freely. Shoulder blades melt. I receive richly. Hips loosen. Thank you. It is done. Whole body lengthens. The room settles into the kind of quiet where good things root. Your tongue rests. Your eyes become heavy coins behind your lids. Your breath enters a rhythm older than worry. Somewhere just out of sight, the machinery of your bridge of incidents is laying tomorrow's planks in exactly the right order. You don't need to oversee it. It performs best without supervision. You have already given it the blueprint with your feeling. It knows what to do. Tell yourself, with the voice you use for people you adore, the truth that will hold while you sleep. You are taken care of. Your timing is kind. Your work is asked for. Your accounts like you. Your name opens doors. Your generosity returns multiplied. Your yes arrives early and stays late. Money is a loyal friend and a joyful guest in your home. You are allowed to receive, to keep, to grow, to enjoy, to share, to rest. Now let go the way a boat lets go of the dock. No tug, just that soft separation, and then the gentle slide into open water. Your bed is the water. Your breath is the current. The night is the sky leaning over you, with all its stars whispering the same message in 1,000 small lights. It's already arranged. Drift, loosen, sleep. Everything you planted is working while you rest. Everything that is yours is making its way to you by the most beautiful route. Thank you. It is done. Let your breath find its unhurried rhythm. In through the nose like you're smelling rain, out through the mouth like you're fogging a quiet window. Let your tongue rest on the floor of your mouth. Let your eyes be heavy behind the lids, like two smooth river stones warming in the sun. Shoulders soften. Chest widens a little. Belly loosens and says yes. Your body begins to understand that for the next while there is nowhere else to be and nothing else to do. Imagine you're drawing the room around you a few shades dimmer, as if turning a dial. Sounds outside drift away, and then decide to stay away. Your bed or chair becomes a soft raft that fits your shape perfectly. Gravity is kind. The air has that clean, sleep over at a friend's house feeling. Safe, familiar, a little magical. With each exhale, you sink through a layer. Surface thoughts, done. Busy lists, done. The part of you that tries to plan every turn, done. You're dropping into the good place where imagination speaks like a friend and your body listens. See yourself in a bathroom at night, the kind that belongs to a calm person. A single lamp, warm and forgiving. A big mirror that doesn't judge. Steam on the edges of the glass. A bathtub waits, the water just right. A thin ribbon of white noise tumbling from the faucet. You ease in. The water holds you the way a favorite song holds a memory. Your skin says thank you without words. All day your muscles carry things, bags, conversations, thoughts. Now the water carries them for you. On the ledge, a candle burns with no hurry. Its flame is steady, not showing off, just doing its quiet job, reminding you that a little light is enough. In the mirror's reflection, your face looks like it trusts itself. You place a folded towel behind your head and your neck lengthens. The ceiling becomes a soft night sky. You aren't trying to float. Floating is happening to you. Bubbles slide from your shoulders to your chest, and then to your belly, and each one takes a piece of old tension with it, like tiny boats leaving a crowded harbor. When you breathe in, your ribs open the way hands open to receive a gift. When you breathe out, your body agrees to be heavier. Your mind takes off its shoes. There is a small waterproof notebook on the bath tray, and a pencil that doesn't squeak. You pick it up and write a sentence slowly, like you mean every inch of every letter. Money treats me like a trusted friend. You set the pencil down, and the sentence does not stay on the page. It climbs into your chest and sits there, warm as tea. You write another, I am easy to pay. Again the words leave the paper and become a feeling under your sternum, a quiet weight that feels like certainty. You write a third, I am funded in full. The letters feel round and generous. Your body echoes them. Round, generous. Your face forgets what frowning is. You close your eyes and the soft bathing room gently dissolves, as if mist opens a door to a different scene. You are sitting on a long, slow train that moves like a lullaby. The carriage is old in the good way. Polished wood, leather straps, brass fixtures, windows that slide with a pleasant click, light that flatters everybody. Outside, the night is velvet, and the stars look like they've taken their time to arrange themselves for you. On the seat beside you is a canvas bag, with your initials stitched in a color you somehow chose years ago. The train is not on a timetable you have to manage. It knows where to take you. First stop, a small station with a sign. You somehow read without seeing letters. You step out into the cool air and follow a trail of lamps to a ticket window. The person inside looks like everyone you've ever trusted. You slide your ID through the opening and they hand you an envelope. It is thick, like it contains not just paper, but permission. You open it and find a simple statement that uses your full name and says, paid in full. The ink is rich and real. You feel a click in your chest like a puzzle piece snapping home. You are not surprised, you are recognized. You tuck the envelope into your canvas bag and return to the train. As the train hums, you watch your reflection in the window. You look like someone who got the exact message they needed. Your jaw is easy. Your eyes are bright, even in low light. Your breath and the train's rhythm have become friends, matching cadence like old dancers. The conductor appears, a figure more symbolic than literal, and tips their cap. They punch your ticket, and the tiny paper circles that fall onto your lap feel like confetti left over from a celebration you almost forgot was for you. Next station, you step out into a different kind of night, city light glow, the friendly hush of late evening. A bank stands open, not like a fortress, but like a museum that wants you inside. The lobby smells faintly of cedar and new beginnings. At the counter, a clerk greets you like a favorite regular. They don't ask what you need. They already know. We've updated your profile, they say, and slide a folder toward you. Inside, your name appears on documents that are not tests, they are confirmations. The credit line that once felt like a gate now feels like a bridge. Terms are clear, kind, and in your language. You sign once, twice, and your signature looks like it practiced for this day and is happy to be here. A screen nearby shows accounts that used to make your shoulders creep up toward your ears. Not anymore. Numbers align as if they respect each other. A transfer animation. Understated, elegant. Moves funds where they want to be. You watch an alert appear in the corner of the screen, and the words are relaxed. Incoming deposit received. Your ribs widen. Your lower back lets go. You feel it in your hands first. Warmth in the palms, soft electricity down the fingers. The clerk hands you a card with a weight you like. We removed the fees that never made sense for you, they say. It is so normal to be treated this well that you laugh softly and the sound fits the room. Back on the train, you notice the canvas bag is heavier in a way that feels right. You unzip it and find more envelopes. You didn't have to chase royalties, refunds, bonuses, a polite apology from an old invoice that took too long and decided to overpay interest just because. Each envelope carries the same quiet tone. Here, this belongs with you. You stack them neatly. The stack makes a shape you enjoy. Your lap becomes a desk that never overwhelms you. The next stop opens into a sunlight morning that smells like citrus and book pages. You step out into a small plaza, surrounded by people who enjoy building good things. A table is waiting with 2 glasses of water that taste like snowmelt. Across from you sits a person whose job is to say, "We love your work, here is our yes." They slide a document across the table. It's a grant, or a licensing deal, or a partnership. Whatever fits your life best. The language has no thorns. The numbers are written in a font that looks like it believes in itself. You read the clause that used to pinch, and it doesn't pinch. It fits. You sign, and the ink anchors you deeper into the seat in the best way. The person across from you shakes your hand like agreement was inevitable. First, disbursement Monday, they say, but your body already knew. Walking back toward the train, you pass a small shop where the owner is restocking the window. They wave you in. "We held this for you," they say, and hand you something you didn't realize you wanted until your fingers met it. The price tag is a quiet number you honor and pay, without looking at your banking app, because you live inside the feeling that money is a team player, not a judge. When you tap your card, the reader makes a sound like a polite bell in a library. You slip what you bought into your bag, and it belongs to your future mornings. Your steps have a new metronome. Gratitude in, confidence out. The train's next carriage is different. It has long tables and tools arranged like an art studio. A studio for wealth, not noise. You sit at a table that matches your height. In front of you, 3 small bowls labeled with ideas that matter to you: security, creativity, generosity. There is a gentle stream flowing along a narrow, clear channel built into the table, and the bowls are little harbors beside it. Above the stream hangs a row of tiny gold leaves, each with a word etched on it: rent, travel, savings, taxes, play, gifts. The leaves fall one by one into your hands, and you place them where they belong. You drop rent into security, and the bowl glows for a second, like it says, "Thank you." You drop travel into creativity, and you see a glimpse of an airport where you move through like water. You drop gifts into generosity and feel a warm breeze on your neck. You are assigning dollars like a conductor placing musicians. Everyone sits in the right chair, and the music takes care of itself. A soft bell rings, and a drawer slides open with a simple card embossed with your name. On it, buffer. You place it across all 3 bowls and watch the level rise slightly in each. Breathing in lengthens your torso. Breathing out lengthens time. You are no longer chasing calendars. Calendars are learning your pace. The studio car door opens, and a courier steps in with a small stack of stamped pages. They're confirmations of everything you just placed, not promises, not someday words, but receipts from the future saying logged, scheduled, count on it. You set the pages in your canvas bag, and the bag becomes not just a bag, but a portable vault. At the next stop, you do not disembark. The train slows to a scenic crawl through a part of town that used to hold old stories. You see a building you once entered with a tight throat. You picture the scene in there that didn't feel good. A conversation, an invoice, a rejection. Watch the window turn mirror for a moment. In that mirror, see yourself walk into that building again, but watch the scene change as you approach it. The person at the desk looks up with a different face. They greet your name like good news. The room's temperature is friendly. You hand over the same work, the same number, the same you, but the new you. They say, "Of course," and stamp it with the stamp that matters. Approved. Paid. Feel that stamp land, not on paper, but on your nervous system. The past doesn't tug from behind anymore. It nods, says we're good, and sits down. The train gathers a little speed. Your body hums with it, the pleasant engine of momentum. Your phone vibrates in your pocket with the exact pattern you set for green light messages. You slide it out, and the lock screen shows 3 short lines. Wire completed, balance updated. You're pre-approved. You feel none of the old adrenaline, only the new steadiness. You open the banking app, and it behaves like a clear pond, no sudden movements, just depth. The new total has the shape you practiced feeling. Your whole torso recognizes it like a friend coming up the driveway. You blink slowly and keep your gaze soft as you watch line items fall into the right rows. Auto payments take their sip. Savings eats first. A new account called Quiet Joy shows a first deposit. You didn't create that label. Your system did, because it knows you now. You tap to your credit profile, and it has matured into the adult version of itself. Clean, untroubled, the kind of history that opens doors before you knock. The app offers you a gentle upgrade that doesn't require a speech. You accept because it feels like fresh air, not drama. The screen thanks you by name, not with confetti, but with a small, satisfying checkmark. That is enough. You put the phone down, face down, and keep the feeling. In the early afternoon of this gentle dream, you wander into a space that knows how to do good. Light wood floors, the smell of coffee that tastes like kindness, the soft murmur of purpose. You sit with someone who directs funds like a gardener directs water. You tell them, briefly and easily, what you care about. They show you a plan that takes your yes and multiplies it responsibly. You choose amounts that used to make you gulp. Now you nod. Your chest hums. The numbers leave your account with your blessing, and you feel the idea circulate. Food becomes full plates. Books become open laps. Time becomes relief. You anonymity check the box without second thoughts. The receipt shows up with a line that lists impact, not just totals. You tuck it into your bag, and your bag feels lighter and fuller at the same time. Evening sneaks in, not as an ending, but as a soft hand on your shoulder. The train approaches a station that looks like home with more windows. You step down, and the platform is lined with people you love in a dozen small ways. Some you know by name, some you know by face, some you know by the quiet exchange of good energy when passing. They nod as you walk by. They don't stop you to ask for explanations. They can see the shift, and they respect it. You take a side street that smells like jasmine and fresh bread. Your front door opens on the first try. Inside, your space is tidy without effort. The mail on the console table is a curated stack of solved things. You open them as if you're opening gifts. Zero balance. Terms improved. We said yes. Paper sounds different when it's good news. It makes a gentle hush instead of a bark. You change into clothes that talk to your skin in your favorite tone. You stand at the window and watch the city doing a slow exhale. People are walking their dogs. Lights bloom in apartment windows like thoughts turning on. You put on music that fits the color of the evening. You cook something simple that tastes like relief. The cutting board and the knife and the sauté pan conduct a small orchestra of chops and sizzles. You sit at your table and eat with 2 hands free and no device that needs your attention. Your mind is not racing ahead, it's here, chewing, swallowing, tasting. You pour a glass of water, and it tastes like achievement without strain. You clear the dishes and wander to your desk, not out of duty, but out of love. On the desk are 2 stacks, pending and celebrated. Pending is small, celebrated is thick and neat. You take the top page from pending, sign your name, and the paper slides itself into celebrated, as if it was always meant to live there. Your signature looks more like your face than it used to. It's relaxed and distinct. The desk lamp pools light like a held breath. You send 1 email, and it is a thank you. No attachments, no bargaining, just gratitude written like someone whose accounts are in good standing with life. Night asks if you're ready, and you say yes. You shower, and the water arrives at your exact setting like it remembered you. Steam wraps the room, and that smell you like. The clean one that feels like new notebooks and lemon peel rises and fills your lungs. Your mirror fogs just enough to draw with a finger. You write the number you once feared writing, the one that now fits your body. You press your palm flat against the glass, and the numbers blur into something truer than digits, a feeling of this is mine, and I handle it well. You wipe the mirror, and your reflection looks like someone who doesn't have to decorate themselves to be convincing. In bed, the covers have the right weight to tell your nervous system, I've got you. Your pillow knows the angle your neck loves. You lay one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and you feel them move together, a small duet. You replay the train gently, the envelope stamped paid, the bank that behaved like a living room, the grant that signed itself because you finally felt inevitable, the studio for wealth where you placed leaves into bowls and watched the water carry things right, the revision that untangled the knot in the past, the giving that turned into bread and books and time, the stack called celebrated, the mirror with numbers turning into feeling. Let all of that collapse inward to a single warm point behind your sternum, as if you brought a whole house of light into one hearth. Your breath feeds it. Your exhale fans it. It glows, not a showy flame, a steady coal. From that warmth, let sentences rise without effort, as if your cells are speaking them and your mind is just listening. I am funded in full. I am easy to pay. I am the one money recognizes. My name opens the right doors. My work is asked for. My timing is kind. My accounts like me. My accounts like me. My generosity circles back multiplied. Thank you. It is done. Whisper them again with longer spaces between, letting each phrase turn from words into weight, into temperature, into posture. I am funded in full. Your shoulders drop a centimeter. I am easy to pay. Your jaw releases. I am the one money recognizes. Space opens behind your eyes. My name opens the right doors. Your collarbones widen. My work is asked for. Your hands feel warm. My timing is kind. Your breath gets deeper. My accounts like me. Your belly softens. My generosity circles back multiplied. Your whole back lengthens. Thank you. It is done. Your toes unfurl like ferns. Now say nothing. Let the room be the last word. Let the night do what it knows how to do. Braid your feeling into tomorrow's choices. Bend time in small, friendly ways. Put people on your path who speak your language. Throw out the junk mail before you ever see it. Deliver emails that say yes before you ask. You don't have to manage that. You planted it. It's in motion. In places you can't see, someone is typing the line that becomes your approval. In places you can't hear, a printer is spitting out the document you'll sign next week. In calendars you don't control, someone is moving a meeting to the exact hour that favors you. The bridge is building itself while you rest. Before sleep takes you fully, offer yourself the closing. A child understands, a promise said in the tone that always lands. You are taken care of. You are welcome in the rooms you want. You are the steady hand in your own life. Money travels well to you, and it likes to stay. Your yes is easy to recognize. Your no is respected. You keep what you receive. You grow what you keep. You share what you grow, and you rest in between. Let the edges of your body blur into the mattress the way shoreline softens into tide. Breath like waves, in, out, same distance, same sound. Thoughts slow like the train slowing into its last station. Doors open silently. Lights dim themselves. You step onto a platform called tomorrow carrying a canvas bag that doesn't feel heavy. It feels right. You don't rush. You don't need to. The path is short, lit, and yours. Sleep now. Let it finish what you started. Everything that is yours is on the way. By the most beautiful route. Thank you. It is done. Let your breath find a pace that feels like home. In through the nose, as if you're tasting cool morning air on a porch. Out through the mouth, as if you're fogging a window to write a secret message only you can read. Soften your tongue. Unclench the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let your shoulders melt a notch, then another. The spine gets a little taller on the inhale and a little heavier on the exhale. Your body understands the plan. We're going inward now. where things rearrange themselves to match the truth you choose. Imagine the room around you dimming by a few shades, not dark, just restful, as though someone draped silk over the lamps. Sounds step back and become gentle silhouettes. The floor beneath you is trustworthy. The fabric under your hands knows your skin. There is nowhere else to be. Even time seems to loosen its tie and lean back, saying, "Go ahead. I'll wait." Picture a door that wasn't in this room a moment ago. It's tall and smooth, made of old wood that remembers good weather. Your fingers brush a brass handle that's warm, like it was expecting you. The door swings open with no squeak, just a low hello, and you step into evening air on a high mountain porch. Pine and clean stone, a horizon that feels like a promise kept. The sky is deep blue with the first shy stars, and the air tastes like clear water. Inside the cabin is a single room arranged by someone who loves quiet. A long farmhouse table with a wide open ledger, a pot of ink, a pen that glides without thinking, a ceramic mug breathing out steam that smells like cinnamon and safety. A fire whispers behind glass, not crackling, not showing off, just offering a steady heart to the space. You move closer, and the ledger turns its own first page to a place that fits tonight. The paper has the soft weight of good decisions. You sit, and the chair doesn't take a second to learn your shape. On the first line, the ledger writes your full name in a hand that looks like trust. Below that, 3 short phrases appear without effort, as if your nervous system were moving the pen. Paid in full. On time, every time. Overflow secured. Each phrase is not ink only. It's a gentle current under your ribs, a warmth sliding into place behind your sternum. You nod, and the ledger nods back in that way. Certain objects can nod in dreams. A window opens itself a little, and night comes in like velvet. You notice a key on the table, heavy, old, beautiful, with a thread of gold running through the iron like lightning trapped in metal. You take the key, and a panel in the floor lifts on its own, revealing a short staircase lined with lanterns that light as your foot hovers above each step. The deeper you go, the softer you become. The staircase delivers you into an underground gallery that belongs to you. Cool stone, dry air. The safe smell of cedar and cotton. Long shelves filled with boxes, wrapped in linen ribbon, each with a word handwritten on its spine. Rent, loans, savings, health, play, gifts, travel, surprises, rest. You run a finger along the labels like reading Braille for the first time and feeling fluent. One ribbon unties itself, and the lid lifts to show not papers, but scenes, living dioramas the size of your palm. In one, you see a bill slide under a door, and without anxiety, a hand just like yours lifts it, scans it, smiles, and taps a phone twice. The scene brightens, and the word cleared glows softly. In another, you see your name gliding through a system, and the system is kind. No red text, no friction, no hold music. The answer arrives like a friend knocking and letting themselves in. Approved, appropriate, respectful. You lift a box labeled surprises, and it's full of folded letters. You open one, and the paper smells like new rain on stone. Inside is the phrase, "Unexpected deposit acknowledged," followed by a number that feels like a hand on your back saying, "I've got you." Your belly relaxes further. Your jaw forgets its old role. You tuck the letter back, and it refolds itself perfectly. The ribbon ties again with a small, polite sound. At the end of the gallery, a circular door waits, fitted like a vault, but prettier, etched with lines that look like rivers, finding their way to an ocean. You use the key. The door turns easily, and a room of moving light opens, a model of the night sky projected all around. Constellations shape themselves into your recent and future agreements, each star a point of trust, each line a promise delivered. One cluster looks like a signature, another looks like a firm handshake, another looks like a laughing dinner where someone says, "We'll take care of that," and they mean it. You lift a hand, and a constellation slides closer, until you can touch the stars. When your finger touches a point that used to worry you, the star warms and softens like a drop of honey, and a new line draws itself, not a detour, a refinement. So the path becomes shorter, kinder, inevitable, in a pleasant way. You move through these maps, smoothing and brightening, until the patterns look as natural as constellations everyone grew up with. The dome dims and seals the new pattern into you. Not wishful, structural, a second door opens to night air again. But a new place, an old town square, paved in stones that have heard many good conversations. The shops are closed, but one storefront glows softly, and on its glass is hand-painted script that reads, Registrar of Well-Handled Things. You smile at the name because it greets the part of you that's awake now. Inside, shelves hold stamps and seals, each carved with words you like. Settled, released, upgraded, refreshed, refunded, renewed, extended with ease. A person behind the counter looks exactly like someone you trust without needing a story for why. They slide a tray toward you with slips of paper that are instances of your life. Projects, invoices, requests, intentions, each one already aligned, none asking you to prove your worth. You take the stamp that says settled, and each time you press it, your body receives the same message. The floor is under you. The breath is available. The next step is already waiting, right where you'll put your foot. You stamp released on an old worry and feel a tiny hinge swing open between your shoulder blades. You stamp refunded on a memory of overgiving, and a warm breeze moves through your chest as an old balance evens itself out with a little interest thrown in just because. Back outside, you hear water. You follow the sound to a small harbor where sleek boats drift, each one with your name in gold leaf on the side, your projects as vessels, your skills as sails, your attention as wind. A lighthouse on the far point rotates a beam that never tires. At the dock, a harbor master hands you a coil of soft rope. Tie off what's complete, they say, and you loop the rope over posts as finished earnings step from the boats onto the dock on their own, happy to be home. Each amount feels moderate and meaningful at the same time, not fireworks, sunlight. You guide the funds into canvas pouches embossed with labels your nervous system adores. Today's calm, tomorrow's ease, future's smile, others' relief, just because. The sound of coins or numbers shifting is like rain on leaves, clean, kind, rhythmic. You feel others' relief and feel your heart get more square in your chest, as if it stood taller from the inside. A path climbs a gentle hill toward a glass house. Inside it's warm and green. A calendar grows here like a vine, days as leaf-shaped tiles that change color when touched. You run your hand along the coming weeks and watch certain squares glow with readiness. The call happens on that Wednesday at 10 o'clock and finishes at 10:25 with a yes that feels inevitable. The approval lands on a Friday afternoon when you're already peaceful, and it adds to peace rather than requiring it. A box labeled time is potting new shoots into bigger containers. Free hours with no guilt attached, focused hours with no friction, sleep that returns the investment with silly generosity. A small bell rings when a day has exactly enough in it and not an ounce more. Your lungs love that sound. From the greenhouse, a wooden footbridge arcs over a creek. On the planks, words are burned into the grain. Little reminders that don't shout. You get to keep what you receive. You upgrade without drama. You decline without debt. You are easy to recommend. Your heels read them. Your calves carry them. Your knees understand. You pause midway and lean on the rail. The water is clear, and smooth stones blink in the current, like coins on a stage. A leaf lands, then moves on. Sticks don't get stuck here. They become part of the flow. You watch an old label that used to cling to you drift past and melt. You don't reach for it. You wave goodbye. The creek says thanks for not rescuing what doesn't want to be kept. On the other side, evening opens into a studio with tall windows and a long workbench. Here's where you tune your receiving, the way a musician tunes an instrument. Wooden drawers open and close with little sighs. Each holds a dial. Response time. Price spine. Boundary softness. Curiosity. Silence. You set response time to wise and human, not instant and frantic. You set price spine to upright and warm, not rigid, not apologetic, just true. You set boundary softness to soft like velvet rope, inviting, clear, beautiful. When you turn curiosity, the whole room brightens by half a shade. When you turn silence, the world suddenly has space to bring you things you didn't know to ask for. You test a note. I am funded in full. And the room hums back in tune. You try another. I am easy to pay. And the acoustic stays sweet. Final chord for the night. I am the person money recognizes and respects. And the windows thrum. Past the studio, a small gate opens into a courtyard, strung with warm lights. People you love are already there. No one asks what you did to deserve anything. They know, or rather, they recognize the new rhythm you walk with. You sit, and the chair agrees with your spine. Food arrives that tastes like yes. Laughter lands on the table like napkins. You hand envelopes to two people without ceremony. One contains relief, the other, possibility. They don't deflect, because the way you give now makes it easy to receive. Your throat is clear. Receiving and giving run as one river through the same valley. You realize you're not playing tug-of-war with life anymore. You're dancing a slow, unsurprised waltz. Night deepens to its richest color. You wander back to the cabin, as if your feet remember the way without needing your mind to narrate. The ledger is where you left it, but the page you signed has dried into something permanent. The key rests on the table. Warm again. You pick up the pen, but before you write, the page writes for you. Natural, normal, ongoing. You underline each word once, no flourish, just conviction. Then close the book. The leather sighs as if satisfied to be doing its job. You stand by the window, and the first cool wind of true night moves over your face. You see the constellations you refined underground now hung in the actual sky, as if the dome and the world agreed. On the sill is a small bowl, cracked once and mended with gold. It holds a few coins that aren't about value. They're about frequency. You tip the bowl into your palm, and the coins are warm, sun-warm, at midnight. You close your hand and feel a chord ring in your bones. Not loud, certain. It says your channels are open and ordered. Your name is welcome at the desk. Your numbers behave and bless. Your timing is kind to you and to others. Your yes is clean, your no is soft and final. When you turn away, the room has made a bed for you. The linen is cool at first, and then learns your temperature. The pillow holds your head the way good hands hold. Guided, not gripping. You lie down and place one hand low on your belly and one hand over your heart. You feel them answer each other. A little duet. Your breath lengthens into an ocean pattern. Slow wave in, slow wave out. Pause, where the world enjoys itself. Let sentences rise from the deeper place, and let them be simple, like stones you could put in your pocket and carry all day without noticing the weight. I am funded in full. I am easy to pay. I keep what I receive. I grow what I keep. I share what I grow. My accounts like me. My deadlines like me. My credit likes me. My work asks for me by name. Thank you. It is done. Let more arrive, unforced and unhurried, like lanterns lighting one by one down a path. Money travels safely to me and stays long enough to do its best work. My obligations meet me at the perfect moment and leave me lighter. My choices leave me proud and rested. My generosity finds the right doors. My sleep rearranges the world in my favor. Thank you. It is done. Now say less. Now feel more. The cabin dims the way eyelids dim. The mountain air quiets the last corners of the mind. In rooms you cannot see, a printer hums and slides out an approval that has your tone in its ink. On screens you will meet tomorrow. Numbers already sit where you like them, calm as cats in a window. On roads you'll walk next week, Small signs are being staked in the ground with your name on them, this way, this time, this table, this handshake. You did not force that. You tuned yourself, and the world tuned to you. When you're ready to fall, fall. The bed is generous. Gravity is a friend again. Your breath carries your declarations down to where they stick to the right places, like notes on a staff that make a song you recognize even before you play it. If a thought tries to argue, let the fire answer. If an old story tries to show a rerun, let the ledger close it with a stamp. If a small fear clears its throat, let the harbor bell ring once and the water take it away. One last promise. From you to you, in a voice even the bones trust. You are taken care of, not as a favor, as a fact. You are good with money, and money is good with you. You are the steady hand in your own pocket, the clear voice at your own counter, the open door you keep walking through. Sleep now, the bridge is building itself in pleasant weather. Everything that's yours is already on its way, carrying your name at your speed by the most beautiful route. Thank you. It is done. Let your breathing settle into something unhurried and friendly. Inhale as if you're smelling fresh bread from a bakery you love. Exhale as if you're blowing the steam from a warm cup so you can taste it. Let the muscles across your forehead smooth out. Let your tongue rest heavy in your mouth. Your shoulders decide they don't have to hold the roof up tonight. Your spine finds that quiet middle, where it feels both supported and free. You're safe, you're home inside yourself, and your body knows it. Imagine twilight falling over a city you adore. The sidewalks are still warm from the day, and the air carries that agreeable mix of rain on stone, and something sweet from a cart down the block. Street lights bloom one by one, like gold flowers. You begin to walk with no rush, and with that specific kind of ownership you feel when a place recognizes you. Your shoes meet the pavement with the soft confidence of a rhythm you didn't have to practice. The night breathes with you. At the end of the block, a building rises that you've passed 1,000 times without noticing. Tonight, its glass doors are open. A doorman with gentle eyes nods like you're right on time for something you've been meant to keep for years. You step into a lobby kissed by low music and fresh citrus. Marble floors reflect little galaxies of light. The elevator waits with its doors already parted, and when you step in, the panel lights up exactly where your finger is going before you touch it. An easy agreement between intention and outcome. The ride up feels like exhaling a long-held breath. With each floor you pass, old static drops off you like lint. Doubts that used to tug at your sleeves lose their grip. There is a quiet hum in the walls that reminds you of the sound a cat makes when it needs a blanket. It's the building purring because you're here. The doors open to what looks like a sky lobby. All windows and evening. The city glows beneath you. You can see the curve of a river, the blink of bridges, a steady pulse of life that feels coordinated with your pulse. A host greets you without asking your name. They know. They gesture to a desk carved from a single piece of warm wood. On it sits a narrow leather folder with your initials pressed into the corner. You open it and find one page. No clutter, no complicated clauses. Simple, elegant language. I agree to receive with ease what matches my value. I agree to keep what I receive and grow it with kindness. I agree to give in ways that make receiving easier for others. I agree to be guided by peace. The pen is weighted like a promise kept. You sign, and the ink dries instantly, as if the paper knew you would say yes. A corridor opens to your left, carpeted thick like moss. The first room is glass and green. A rooftop conservatory alive with night-blooming things. It's warm in a clean way, and the air smells like mint and water. Trees grow here whose leaves are shaped like small envelopes. Each leaf is stamped with words that make your chest feel roomy. Royalty, retainer, bonus, dividend, refund, paid in full, ahead of schedule, found money, right rate. When you brush a leaf, it blushes and folds into a real envelope that drops gently into a wide basket with your name on a brass plate. You don't hustle, you stroll. You touch what's true for you tonight. The basket fills at a pace that feels like a lullaby, inevitable, generous, calm. A gardener with soil on their hands smiles and says, "The roots are deep." It keeps fruiting. You believe them because your body already knows. Beyond the conservatory, double doors swing open to a long platform, an indoor station where small, elegant trains glide in without screech or smoke. Each train is labeled in gilt script. You can read from anywhere. Projects I love, clients who respect time, sales that feel like service, ideas that wake me kindly, opportunities that fit like clothes, tailored well. Cars slow and align their doors with a stripe on the floor that says, "Right here." Porters roll carts toward you, each carrying sealed pouches and neat cases, the day's receipts, the week's approvals, the month's effortless yeses. You don't chase a single carriage. They stop themselves. The porters check your initials on the tag and give you an amused little bow. Of course it's you. A slim woman at a podium asks, "Where shall we route these?" You glance at a map that has only destinations that make your nervous system purr. Today's calm, tomorrow's ease. The cushion, the long view. Joy purchases. Care for others. Curiosity budget. Sabbath. You point. And the woman nods as if agreeing with a truth she already knew. The parcels update themselves with new labels. You notice there isn't a box here for guilt. There never was. This station sends only what you can carry with a quiet back and an open throat. Glass stairs descend to a mint. That's nothing like the clang and worry you picture. It's a chapel of good metal and better intention. The air is cool and smells faintly like lemon oil and warm copper. Coins press with your values: clarity, steadiness, generosity, overflow, rest, boundaries, beauty, enoughness. Notes print with ink that will never smudge, each bill bearing a watermark that looks, when tilted, like your own signature blessing, your future self. A press operator in a clean apron shows you the plate that makes "I am easy to pay," and you can feel the truth of that settle into the tiny joints of your fingers. Your hands remember, your shoulders approve. The press runs slow because nothing good needs to rush. A side door brings you to customs, a bright hall where travelers declare what they no longer need to carry. There's no scolding here, only clean bins and soft lights. You look into your pockets and find old declarations that don't belong to you anymore. Money is hard. I must earn love with overwork. I can't be trusted with more. I'm late. I'm behind. They feel like foreign coins from a country you don't live in. You pour them into a dish labeled melt and recast. They clatter politely and a machine hums. A moment later, a tray slides out with fresh tokens, stamped, "I am trusted, I am on time with time, I am funded, I am chosen for ease, I am in right relationship with receiving." You pocket those, they fit you. Back upstairs, a long hall curves toward what looks like a mail room designed by someone who loves order. Shelves sort incoming by source, not by stress. Bins are labeled "Thank you emails," "Surprise yes," clear instructions, transfers completed, notices that bless, receipts that make sense. Clerks wearing comfortable shoes move with quiet joy. One waves you over and hands you a stack, already rubber-banded with your initials. You flip through notifications you enjoy reading, numbers you like looking at, messages where people are naturally generous with clarity and appreciation. Your chest does that warm, widening thing again. You set the stack into your leather folio. No edges, no snags. A door marked with a small gold dot opens when you're close. Inside is a round room with a single chair and a single window. The chair knows how to hold you, and the window knows what to show. You sit, and the glass shifts from city skyline to scenes of your near future that feel ordinary in the best way. You see yourself replying to an email with 4 sentences that carry grace and a rate that sits upright like good posture. You see the reply come back quickly with a yes. That doesn't need negotiation. You see a calendar square, change color, because payment arrived earlier than expected, and now the task fits even better. You see your bank app open and the numbers sit quietly like well-behaved dogs. No barking, just presence. You press a small button in the arm of the chair, and the scenes sink into you, not as hopes, as memories. When you stand, a narrow shelf by the door offers 3 cards to take with you. One reads, "I am the person money recognizes and respects." One reads, "I am the easiest you'll sell for what I offer." One reads, "I keep what I receive and I enjoy keeping." You tuck them into your folio. The door opens without sound, and the hall delivers you to a terrace that looks out over the sleeping city. The river moves like breathing. A clock tower in the distance gives a patient, beautiful chime. With each note, some part of your inner timing clicks into place. When to ask, when to answer, when to be still, when to send, when to sign, when to let it arrive without standing at the window. You walk along the terrace and descend a small spiral to a courtyard that feels like the taste of dark chocolate. Rich, simple, complete. Tables are set under strings of warm bulbs. People you like and trust are already here. Not needy, not nosy, present. They don't praise you for what arrived. They witness who you are becoming. You slide an envelope across the table to someone who needs a start, but doesn't know how to ask. They look at you the way people look at water after a long walk. Grateful, a little surprised at how good it tastes. You don't shrink, you don't perform, you don't make a speech. You simply say, "Of course." And your body says the same thing, in a language only the nervous system speaks. Another friend presses a small gift into your hand, an introduction you'll love, a door they've already oiled, a yes that was waiting to meet you. Receiving and giving share a heartbeat. You can't tell where one ends and the other begins, and you don't need to. When you rise, the courtyard releases you, like a gentle tide. A quiet stare brings you back to the sky lobby, where the night has deepened to a color that feels like velvet. The host from before hands you the leather folder again. Your signature is still glossy somehow, alive on the page. Beneath it now are 4 stamps. You didn't add, but agree with entirely. Processed, protected, prospering, perpetual. You close the folder, and it closes a loop inside your chest as well. Something that used to rattle there has found its latch. The elevator takes you down the way a good song carries you to its last note. The doors part, and you're in the city again. But it's easier now. The rhythm of it matches you. On the corner, a cafe you've never noticed is still open. Inside, the barista slides a small paper bag toward you with a wink. "Someone covered this for you," they say, like it's the most normal thing. It is. You take the bag. It's heavier than it looks. Inside is a pastry you love, and a receipt that says $0, paid by gratitude. You laugh under your breath, and it sounds like relief. You walk back under a sky that has become a clean bowl of stars. Your steps mark a gentle meter. Your ears catch a soft, steady rhythm that doesn't come from outside. It's new circuitry singing. I am funded in full. I am easy to pay. My timing is kind to me. My numbers like me. My name is welcome at the desk. I keep what I receive, and it stays to do its good work. The phrases don't try to convince you. They describe what's already true. At your door, your hand knows the key by heart. Inside, the air has that sweet cool you wished for earlier, like the room did you a favor because it could. You set the leather folio on a table that glows a little from within. Not magic, just alignment. You open the folio, and the stack from the mailroom rests there calmly, not asking to be solved, simply waiting to be enjoyed. You flip one. Transfer complete. Another, approved. Thank you for your clarity. Another, looking forward to this invoice paid. Your system doesn't spike, it nods. You tuck the stack away, and the drawer closes with a whispering click. Your bed has already uncreased itself. The sheets are the exact temperature you like. The pillow meets your neck as if you traded maps beforehand. You slide in, and your body sings that small goodbye song to gravity. just before it becomes hello. One hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. The breath adopts the slow, kind pattern that heals things without asking permission. Let a few simple lines settle into the softest place in you and ring there like a bell. You can feel more than hear. I am the calm keeper of growing accounts. I am the natural home of easy payments. I am the grateful steward of generous overflow. I am chosen by the right opportunities at the right time. Thank you. It is done. Let a few more rise on their own, the way good bread rises when left alone in a warm room. Money travels safely to me and behaves beautifully here. My work calls the people who adore paying me. My yes is clean. My no is gentle and final. I circulate blessings and remain full. Thank you. It is done. Now don't work. Let the city's last sounds tuck themselves in. Somewhere a distant train offers a low, friendly note like a bass line. Somewhere a window clicks shut and the world says, enough for today. Inside you, the agreements you signed are walking to their desks and doing their quiet jobs. Clerks who are part of you are sorting tomorrow so that it feels like a clean countertop in the morning. The conservatory is still fruiting. The trains are still arriving on smooth rails. The mint is pressing coins with your new name for yourself. Customs is melting old metals into medals that look good on your heart. The mailroom is putting your good news into neat stacks. The terrace clock is calibrating the dawn so it meets you the way you like to be met. If an old thought tries the handle, let the doorman smile and shake his head. If a past bill knocks, let the clerk stamp it settled in the hallway and send it on its way. If a what-if clears its throat, let the elevator hum drown it out as it carries calm up and down your spine. If a former version of you asks to hold the pen again, thank them and point to the signature drying on the page. It's already handled. You're already held. Your breath moves like the river you saw. Sure, unforced, headed exactly where it means to go. Drift. Let sleep be the softest kind of wealth. A deposit only you can spend, compounding while you dream. Somewhere in the middle of the night, a quiet system will post a series of credits to your account labeled peace, clarity, timing, right people, right rates, surprises that feel like home. You won't need to check the ledger. You'll know by the way your chest opens in the morning, before you remember why. For now, let the last line be as simple as closing a door you love, because you know you'll open it again soon. You are good with money, and money is good with you. You are the person your future was looking for. You are the open door you keep walking through. Thank you. It is done. Settle your body like you're pouring warm tea into a cup you love. No rush, no spill. Let the breath lengthen on its own. Inhale as if you're smelling sea air just after rain. Exhale as if you're fogging a window to write a secret message only you can read. Your jaw softens. Your shoulders stop guarding doorways that no longer need guarding. The small muscles around your eyes smooth out the way the tide smooths sand. Your belly rises and falls like a calm harbor. You're safe here. You are welcome here. Your whole system hears that and agrees. Imagine twilight stretching itself across a quiet coast. The world is blue and silver at once. The hour when lamps wink on one by one and water keeps its own kind of light. A footpath of pale boards leads you toward the sound of slow surf. Each step you take lands with a soft hollow thump that feels like a heartbeat outside your chest. The air tastes faintly of salt and orange peel. Someone nearby has peeled a fruit, and the scent is kind to you. The breeze gets a little cooler as you near the water, the way a question gets clearer as you come closer to its answer. At the end of the path, a small pier reaches into the evening. Ropes are coiled neatly. Lanterns hang from hooks like moons you could touch. Tethered to the last cleat is a boat made of dark, oiled wood, low and sure, the sort that knows every mood of this water and never makes a fuss. Painted near the bow in careful letters, assurance. The rope slips loose in your hand as lightly as a ribbon. You step in, and the boat adjusts like a good friend, making space for you on a bench. Your weight belongs here. Your presence improves the balance of things. A simple tiller rests beneath your palm. When you press it just a breath, the boat understands and glides forward. The oars don't clatter. The hull parts the water with the hush of a page turning. Lantern light drapes itself across the surface in streaks that look like liquid gold. Every time the boat lifts and settles, your breath matches it without trying. The world is very good at this. So are you. Ahead, a lighthouse begins to glow, the kind of steady beam that doesn't shout, doesn't panic, just keeps telling the truth in a circle all night long. Its light falls across you, and you feel it like warm rain rinsing off a thin dust of old worry. The beam passes again, and anything sticky and unhelpful that's been clinging to your mind loosens another degree. The lighthouse does not need your effort. Its only job is to shine. Your only job is to be where its light can find you. And you are. As you near the harbor mouth, low bells chime out there on the water. Toned buoys, marking safe passage. Their notes arrive like wise sentences, one at a time. This way. You're fine. Right here. You pass between them, and the water calms even more. Like a conversation that has found its pace. Masts and rigging silhouette against a sky that still remembers daylight. Sails are furled and tidy. The harbor is a city of small, friendly triangles and careful knots. A gull drifts by low and quiet, uninterested in drama, interested in accuracy. You ease the boat toward a berth with your name on the post. Literally a brass plaque, softly polished by many good hands. Your name engraved deep enough to last in weather. Dock hands wave you in. Not rushed, not bored, just glad you came. When you step onto the boards, the planks feel as firm as a promise you made to yourself, and kept. A ledger sits open on a barrel. The dockhand, wearing a sweater that smells faintly of cedar and sun, hands you a fountain pen that sits perfectly between your fingers. On the line that matters is a short sentence already printed for you, waiting for your stroke. I receive in rhythms that honor my nervous system. You sign, not flourish, not apology, just your name set down like a beautiful period at the end of a sentence that has finally said what it meant. The ink sinks in. The page relaxes. The dock opens onto a wide, lantern-lit quay paved with old stones that keep their cool even in summer. All along the quay, ships resting easy, with names you can feel from your ribs out. Retainer, right, rate. Royalty stream, refund, and rejoice. Dividends, clear, yes, ahead of time. Surprise, of course. The paint is clean. The ropes are sound. The crews move with a practiced calm that makes you feel calm too. A harbor master nods you toward a slate board where arrivals and departures are chalked in a hand that's both precise and playful. Under arrivals, next to your name, you read 4 timely payments, docking now. 2 unexpected credits cleared. 1 introduction aligned. 1 invoice paid early. 3 approvals with notes of thanks. Under departures you read, old belief, money is skittish. Cast off. Old task, prove worth with overwork. Offloaded, old phrase, I'm behind. Retired from service. No drama, just updates. You feel your chest widen in that specific way it does when a thing finally fits. You stroll the quay. Each ship's gangway lowers when you glance at it. Easy gravity, no squeal. You step aboard the first vessel and find its deck is a counting house under the open sky. No frantic abacus clack, only the gentle flip of pages turned with clean fingers. Crew members in soft canvas jackets count with a priest's attention and a baker's warmth. They hand you envelopes, sealed with wax. Each seal bears a small emblem, a sprig of rosemary for remembrance. You are provided for. A wave for flow, a compass for direction, a ring for cycles that start where they ought and end where they should. You hold the envelopes a moment, feeling their weight as if your palms are scales. The weight is good. From the next ship, Crates are being unloaded with quiet pulleys. Each crate is stamped in calm black letters. Clarity, boundaries, that bless, work that pays twice, money plus meaning, rest without guilt, permission to enjoy. A crewman slides a crowbar under a lid, and it lifts like a sigh. Inside, tidy bundles, wrapped in brown paper and tied with cotton twine. You tug a string, and it comes away in one smooth pull, because whoever wrapped it knows what they're doing and cares about your time. Inside are papers you actually like reading. Simple agreements, clean approvals, unambiguous. Yes, please. There is not a single memo that has you defending your rate. Your rate introduced itself earlier at a party, and everyone was glad it came. A gangway ahead leads down into a cargo hold that smells like sawdust, lemon oil, and the kind of coffee that knows how to be strong without being loud. Shelves run the length of the space, and on them sit rows of small weatherproof chests, each with a brass tag. You run your fingertips along them the way you might along books in a library. Cushion. 3 months covered. Taxes, organized and on time. Generosity budget. Fun. Tools that make it easier. Sabbath fund. You choose what calls you. When you lift a lid, light moves inside the chest as if someone opened a window. It's not glitter. It's not drama. It's the visible relief of order. Your nervous system lets down another notch as if a belt were loosened after a long dinner. Back on the quay, the lighthouse beam sweeps across you again. And this time you notice something new. The light makes old labels unreadable. Words that used to stick to you don't know where to land anymore. Too late. Not enough. Maybe next year. People like me don't. They flutter like tired moths that forget how to aim. And then they're gone, dissolved in a beam that has better things to do. A wide archway invites you inland to the counting hall. You pass beneath and enter a space that feels like both a museum and a kitchen. Quiet respect for the past, warm attention to the present. High windows admit a sky, the color of clean slate. Long tables carry ledgers open to the right page already. Clerks, with sleeves rolled to the elbow, write in careful, generous figures that fit the lines without squinting. You notice the column headings would calm almost anyone. In, kept, assigned with joy, put to rest, growing quietly. No column for panic, no line for shame. The math here is a conversation between parts of you that like each other. They invite you to sit, and the chair greets your hips like a good friend. In front of you is your ledger, and on it, the numbers you've been practicing seeing. Not big for big's sake. Big where it serves, steady where it matters, graceful everywhere. The pen they offer is heavy in the right way, and the ink looks like midnight where stars live. You write a figure in the kept column, and your hand doesn't tremble. You move to assigned with joy, and you get to circle 3 lines. Care for someone I love, beauty that feeds me, delight that needs no reason. You notice how your back stays straight without stiffness. The clerk stamps a small word on the page. Natural. You like that. A side door takes you to a room where invoices write themselves with the tone you've been cultivating, bright, friendly, clean. Here's the work. Here's the rate. Here are the dates. Here's my preferred method. There's a little place for a thank you, and you can tell it's sincere because the paper feels warmer under those words. Each invoice tucks itself into an envelope, without fuss, and sets in a tray labeled, already received. The tray isn't being clever. It's accurate. You can feel the truth of that land in your ribs with a sound like a soft click. In the next room, there are telegraphs that deliver not urgency but clarity. Their keys make a satisfying thock as a message appears on a cream ribbon. Approved, glad to be working with you. Another, paid, thank you for being so clear. Another, would love to extend for next quarter. There's also a small stack of notes that simply say, thank you. Not dramatic, utterly convincing. You fold them once with affection, the way you do with letters you'll keep for a long time, not because you need proof, but because it feels good to be in relationship with ease. The harbor master catches your eye and gestures toward a short flight of steps that leads down to a room with thick walls and a window that looks straight out under the water. This is the vault, but there's nothing anxious about it. It's a sanctuary for what stays. Inside are compartments labeled with seasons rather than alarms. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. You place portions where they feel right, and the compartments seal with a whisper. Behind the glass, fish drift past like commas in a sentence that has no hurry to end. The water holds everything in place with a kind of casual strength. Your body learns from that. When you emerge, the quay has taken on that deeper evening tone, lanterns now blooming fully, stars starting to stipple the dark with a pattern that understands both order and surprise. Musicians somewhere play something that sounds like a promise kept. You take a slow walk past one more ship, smaller than the others, almost shy. Its name, After. On its deck, a handful of small packages wrapped in plain paper wait with twine bows. A tag explains what they are without flourish. Outcomes you don't have to manage. You open one and inside is an image of tomorrow morning, where you simply check your account and smile a private, ordinary smile that your face knows how to make. You open another and see a scene 3 weeks from now, where a person you admire is handing you a simple congratulations, and you enjoy it without trying to deserve it. Another holds a quiet afternoon you gave yourself, because nothing was on fire and nothing was about to be. Your mouth remembers how to taste that kind of time. The lighthouse beam sweeps again, and as it passes, you hear the bells at the harbor mouth mark the hour. You feel no push. You feel place. The harbor has nothing to sell you and everything to remind you. The tide keeps its schedule. The ships keep theirs. When you align with cycles that already exist, you don't have to invent wind. You set your sail and let honest forces do honest work. You return to the boat called assurance. The dock hands have coiled the line with the kind of care that only looks like love, because it is. You step in, and the boat remembers you. The hull leans in the right direction. The water lifts at the right moments. As you glide back toward the open water, you glance over your shoulder once. The lighthouse's steady eye says, "You can find this again in the dark and in the fog. You can find this when you're sad and when you're laughing." It doesn't depend on weather. It depends on you remembering you have a harbor. Out past the bells, the water deepens into that big breath, quiet. The moon has climbed higher, a silver coin pressed into the night's palm. It leaves a path on the water right to where you are, as if the sky wrote your name in light and then underlined it. You follow the path without trying to follow it. That's the trick you keep learning. When you belong to ease, ease belongs to you. The pier receives you like a sentence receiving its final period. You tie the boat with the simplest knot, the kind you can undo in your sleep. You walk the boards back toward shore. The lanterns along the path have timed themselves to your steps. Each one brightens just before you pass, and dims just after, neither ahead nor behind, exactly with you. This is how timing can be loyal, local, listening. Your hand finds the door to your place by feel. Inside, the air is cool and warm in the right ways, like a room that likes you. Somewhere, a kettle clicks itself off. Somewhere, a clock hums without hands. You set a small stack of envelopes on the table, and they make a sound that equals enough. You don't even open them tonight. You already know what they say. You make your way to the bed that has learned the shape of you and offers it back. Sheets whisper. Pillows offer their soft, honest support. You lie down, and the mattress finds the conversation your spine wants to have. One hand over your belly, one hand over your heart. Breathe the harbor back into your body, in like the tide arriving, out like the tide returning. What it no longer needs. The breath writes something on your insides in letters 20 feet high that no one else has to see. I am easy to pay. I am the calm keeper of growing accounts. I am the steward who enjoys both giving and keeping. I am on time with time. I am welcome where decisions are made. I am the person my future was waiting to meet. Let these lines move from thought to feeling, from feeling to fact. Money recognizes my name and respects my pace. I receive without bracing and keep without clutching. My rates carry their own explanation. My yes is clear and my no is kind and final. I circulate blessings and remain full. My timing is tuned to grace. Thank you. It is done. Sleep begins to pool in the corners of the room, the way low tide pools around smooth stones. Your mind is a coastline that knows how to rest. If a stray thought arrives with wet shoes, the lighthouse will keep it from wandering far. If old language taps the window, the harbor bells will answer for you. The ships with your name on them are moored and watched. The ledgers balance themselves tonight. The clerks who live in you know their craft. You are not needed on deck. You are needed here, doing the work. Sleep does. Let your body sink the last gentle distance, as if the mattress were a soft current carrying you to a cove you've always known. The moon writes that silver path across the water one more time and erases it, not because it was false, but because it's now inside you. You don't need to look for it. You will walk it when you wake, without effort, without apology, with the kind of steadiness that looks like softness and is in fact strength. One more breath for the harbor. One more for the lighthouse. One more for the ledger that reads "in kept," assigned with joy, put to rest, growing quietly. One more for the ship named after. Let the last words be the light that stays on while you sleep. I am funded in full and handled with care. I am the open door I keep walking through. I am already the person whose life reflects this ease. Thank you. It is done. As you return gently from this journey, notice how different your body feels now compared to when we began. Notice how your breath has slowed, how your heart feels steadier, how your mind carries a new picture of what is possible for you. This isn't just imagination, it's rehearsal. You've walked the path in consciousness, and what you've impressed here will echo outward into your waking life. If this experience spoke to you, if you felt even a spark of recognition of your own power, then I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next journey into Neville Goddard's forgotten wisdom. Leave a comment below and share what part of tonight's visualization moved you most, or what you're now ready to claim as already yours. And if you know someone who longs to remember the truth of who they are, that imagination creates reality, share this video with them. This is not theory, this is practice. And few people are willing to go this deep. You did. You stayed until the end. And that makes you part of the rare few who are ready to live as though it's already done, because it is. So breathe it in once more and carry it with you. You are the creator. You are the dreamer awake. Thank you for being here. Now step out into your world and live it. Subscribe, comment, apply, live in the end.